Hey, want to see your suggestions drawn on a future episode of the Doodle Stream? Join me live every Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/MrHinkleDraws. But while you're here, enjoy this previously recorded live stream. And don't forget, as an artist, I require validation. Hit that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe for more art from MrHinkleDraws. Hey, it's a live stream. I almost forgot how to do these. Hopefully, you guys can hear me and there's no issues. I did test stuff. I also opened up the live stream on my phone while we were still waiting to go live, and I could hear it. So I hope that that comment from my dear friend Bobo Laveau means that your sound is off, because I could hear it on my phone. But welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Doodle Stream. I know it's been a little bit.
Hi, Kevin.
What's up, Black Six? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. It's so nice to see you all. It's so nice. What's up, John White? Thank you for the sub, too. I appreciate that. And yes, hello officially to Bobo Laveau. Wasabi Savior 66. Joseph Zawada's here, my favorite Zawada. It's nice to see you guys. I did not stream last week because I was so overwhelmed last week. So I was like, you know what? I need to push it one more week. It was a intense week last week. But I'm here. I'm very happy to see all of you. Just in case you have no idea what this is and how you have stumbled across this area of the internet. My name is Kevin. I am an artist. I draw and I take requests on this lovely program called the Doodle Stream every Friday evening, unless I say otherwise. So you got to follow me on the socials too. ! Socials in the chat. That way you can know where to find me. Same username everywhere. Super, super easy. And my patrons, my awesome patrons, pick a theme for me every week to draw from. And you guys get to make suggestions within that theme. And today's theme, aka last week's theme, but today's theme is cars. And cars was suggested by my awesome patron, Scott Bowman. And Scott is here. Hopefully.
I am. I'm here.
What's up, Scott? Let me know.
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, let me know if you guys can hear Scott, because this is the first time I have added Discord audio to my streams. This is the first time. It's something I've been meaning to do for a while now. And of course, as you guys know, I have a Mac and it's complicated. But look, they can hear you.
They can hear me.
They can hear you, Scott.
I know it. I feel so, I don't know.
Awesome.
Feel something.
I feel things.
I feel things.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys. You'll also notice there's no music. So one of the things I was messing around with, like the normal background music, was I was having some like feedback issues with having Discord audio and the music. So, you know, you guys can listen to me and Scott chat and talk to you guys. I think you'll be okay without the music, since it's not me by myself. So just so you know, the music is muted, but you guys can hear Scott, and that's all that really matters. And what's up, Brickkeeper1? First time chat. That name's familiar, though. I know that name.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not going to oust you.
I think this might
I'm not going to
be
oust
Mr.
you.
Jones.
I mean, Scott will oust you, but I'm not going to oust you. That's great. But yes, welcome everybody.
This happened to be someone from the UK.
That's awesome. And thank you. Scott definitely wanted to be here, and he wanted to be a part of it, which I really appreciate, because this is also your theme. You wanted me to draw this, or draw cars. I think specifically you said race cars, and I'm not opposed to drawing race cars, but I was like, let me widen it just a little bit.
Hi, Kevin.
What's up, Larry?
I did.
Nice to see you, Larry.
Okay, yeah. Just no minivan.
No mini. So
No
that's
minivan.
There we go. Scott says no minivans. That's the rule. We're gonna stick with it.
First rule.
That's the first rule. And so this is actually Scott's suggestion right here that I was working on before we started. So I just need to kind of. It's mostly done. I'm just gonna color it up, and then we'll start taking some requests. How about that?
Why don't we have them guess what it is?
Yeah, somebody want to guess what this is? Let's see. Scott's audio is a little quiet. Yeah, I can change his audio. Yes, I can do that. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I have the power.
No Honda Odysseys. Sorry. No.
Let me know if that's better. I boosted him a little bit. Herbert.
I felt that.
There we go.
Sorry, is that inappropriate?
What? I don't even know what you said. What did you say?
Woo! I felt that.
Oh, dude. Hey, thank you for the follow, Brickkeeper1, and Brickkeeper did say that you were correct, Scott, earlier for that comment.
I was.
Yes, and just so you guys know, in case it's like awkward, and I know this is also present for me when I join other people's streams. So like when I was on Brian's stream a couple nights ago, if you're like plugged in as like the Discord audio, you can't hear the streamers anything. So you can't hear the alerts, you can't hear the so if there's ever these awkward moments where you're like, why is Scott literally talking over the middle of a 5-second audio clip? It's because he can't hear it. That's the reason why.
Right.
But yeah, it's just how it is. Shelby Car Kit, says Larry.
Well, you're close. It's not a kit car. They only made 50 of them.
I don't even know if I did a good job. Did I do a good job on this?
Yeah, you did.
What color do you want me to color? I'll color this while we're taking guesses. What color would you like this vehicle to be?
Red with a white stripe across the nose.
Okay. You got it. For you, anything. For you, anything, Scott.
This is I think I'm going to put something in our chat.
Oh,
this could be a good one.
The super secret.
Well, no, the super secret, the one that only you and I see. No, this could be fun with your. That would be a fun one.
Larry says Shelby Cobra.
There you go.
You got it. Good job, Larry.
Specifically, it's a 1965 FIA 289. They only made 50 of them, and they were to be homologated for Le Mans, and they were actually faster than the 427 Cobras because of the power to weight ratio was actually better, whereas the 427 had just gobs of power and couldn't get it down onto the ground.
So I
would, you probably didn't.
I would hope that by now you guys
Kevin,
understand why Scott has volunteered this theme.
I was going to say, this is kind of like a car guys thing.
Yeah.
One of us has to have the really bad laugh.
That's how it is. Yep. White stripe. Like this, right? Like this? Or no?
Well, that would be, I'm saying across the nose, like from wheel well to wheel well.
Like this?
This is kind of fun, bossing you around.
I just want to make sure I get what you're saying.
Over the hood, from the wheel to the wheel.
Oh, like this?
This is fun. I like that.
This is
ish.
Okay. Yeah. I'll make it a little bit.
Perspective crap.
Yeah. I'll make it a little better. Yes. That everybody, you guys got to see a real time. You got to be a fly on the wall of a client to artist experience.
Bad client.
Boba Laveau says he feels like you're going to judge their suggestions. He might.
Oh,
he might.
Absolutely.
He might. I mean, I guess he absolutely is.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, I'm glad this is working out because, as I've mentioned to you guys before, I haven't had anybody since I switched over to Twitch. I haven't had anybody like officially on the stream helping out, and that wasn't because I was actively trying to avoid it. It just the technology changed and I hadn't got around to it. It wasn't that pressing of an issue, but it's working out. So that's a good sign for for some future stuff. So it's good. It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
No, I haven't listened for a while because life. We were talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something I've always liked about your streams is that when you have a guest, because I think we all come from lots of different places and we've known you different lengths of time.
Yep.
And in different ways. And it's just, I think it's kind of fun.
I appreciate that. I strive to provide a fun environment. What's up, Potato Boyo? Nice to see you. It's been a little bit. Yeah, we got some great ones. And Scott is also, he volunteered to help capture some of your suggestions too. So we're old school style because he's throwing that into our private Discord chat. And so I thank you for doing that, Scott. And you guys can rest assured that
Of course, ones I like, you know.
Well, right. I mean, that goes without saying. Let's see. So yeah, I'm actually.
I do take bribes. If you,
Oh, nice. That's awesome. And if you guys have any questions for Scott in general, feel free to ask him. He's here. He's a fellow human being. He can talk and answer questions and stuff if you'd like to know anything about him. Obviously, Scott is... I've known Scott quite a while now, and he is also one of my beloved patrons. My patrons mean a lot to me because they allow me to keep doing this kind of stuff and not feel like I'm absolutely going to eat ramen for the rest of my life.
and make your family eat ramen. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. That's a tough one. Stripes are not right. We now know who's not a car guy. Me.
And I just replied, classic to the Cobra.
Yeah, it's me. That's the
very
answer.
much a Cobra thing.
Let's see. Wasabi Savior, that keeps messing me up for some reason. Joseph Zawada asks, Scott, how did you meet Kevin? And Larry says, who is Scott?
Who is Scott? I saw that. So this goes back to one of Kevin's prior lives.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've had a few.
And we met at Brick World, I think in 2014. I actually think was the first time we met. And a friend of mine and I were weird enough to want to do a big Lego project. And then you helped us through that process.
Mm-hmm.
And we worked with you for, several projects. And now it was funny. I looked back the other day. I've done 6 of those projects in my life. So, but anyway, yeah. So doing big Lego events is something I do like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite sure why some days, but
weren't you at that time, right? You were not living where you live now then, right? Back then you were in Iowa?
I was in Iowa.
Yeah.
Yep. In Iowa and in Des Moines in the center of nowhere or somewhere, but, and now I live in Boise, Idaho, kind of northwest of nowhere. So,
all right, I'm gonna start working on the Homomobile because I have drawn the Homomobile once, and I want to go all out this time. So we're gonna do the Homomobile next. That is the next one. That was Bubble of O suggested that one. Do that one next. I shouldn't have asked.
See what you suggested.
The big L. Yes. No, it's all good. Scott's good people.
I hope so. I try to be.
Indeed. So yeah, I mean, so just briefly for a minute to give a little bit more context to anybody that was curious. I want to say I really appreciate all the people that reached out to me last week because I did have quite a few people reach out and they're like, Kevin, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. It's I'm not dying or anything. It's just I had a very intense week last week because last week we were finishing the final spreads for the Pro Gamer's Guide book, which is the book that I did with Brian, and that it's now done. All of the artwork is finished for that book. Wow. And then also we were launching another Kickstarter for another book. So we were, kind of that lead up to the end with kind of some last minute assets that we needed to do and tweaking stuff, getting the social campaign rollouts going. And then on top of that, I had like I had a dentist appointment. We had a Boy Scout meeting. There was some school stuff. I was just like, man, this week is beating me up. And I was like, I can't tell you guys how drained I was. I was like, I can't stream. I'm exhausted. A lot of late nights.
Because it is work. I mean,
it is.
I don't think people realize work for you. You know, this is.
Yeah, and you know, I want to make sure that like if I'm doing something like this, or if I'm doing anything, you guys deserve to have a good experience and a energized Kevin. You don't want to have a zombie. That's not what you want. So, but yeah, I do appreciate it. There was a lot of people that were like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I just really didn't feel like streaming." That's like I'm just exhausted. But yes, and yeah. So there's now. So there is still 8 days left for the Pro Gamers Guide campaign. That's the children's book that I illustrated with Brian Bricks O'Brien. So if you have not supported that and you have an interest in, now's the time to do it. It's the last week. And then also books or book. I have my fantasy novel with Authocracy is now up, and that one just went up a couple days ago. And both of those are very important to me for very different reasons. They've both been really fun to work on, and they're both giant bucket list items for me as an artist. And they need help. They need your help to make them realities and make them happen. So I appreciate you guys checking them out. So yes, and here we are. We're back. Things were definitely not as crazy this week.
So are you drawing? Because I'm just seeing the Cobra still.
Yeah, I am. Is it not showing? It should be. Did you accidentally pause the stream? Maybe? Can you guys see me drawing? Can someone confirm that you guys can see me working on the whole?
Oh, now I did. What the heck?
Natalina is here. Hello. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Brian is here. Yeah, buy this one too. Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't have 2 exclamation point books at the same time. Professor Spacetime, subscribe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I also know who that is. And you do too, but...
We know all the people.
No.
We know enough people.
We have a lot... Our Venn diagram
Yes.
has a lot of people in the center, right? So...
Yep, I'll take that.
And I've liked all the friends that were in that circle that I've met over the, so...
Some good people out there. You gotta keep the good ones, gotta keep them around. So we've got like this little, I think, so I'm looking at this and I feel like I need to stretch it. Let's see. Exclamation point PG. No, I did not set that one up. I'm sorry.
It's going to have very bad stability if it's, it doesn't have a long enough wheelbase. Oh, this is so you can stretch that?
I mean, I can do all kinds of cheating. This should actually be... It's a very complicated car design, to be honest. And that's kind of the joke in the show, too. But, like, it's very complicated. There's 2 bubbles. I got to have the 2 bubbles. Because there's a bubble here, too. Like there. There's the double dome. Double dome. I need exclamation point PGG and exclamation point grass. Exclamation point grass seems weird. I get what you mean. It seems like a weird one.
Yeah.
Yo, exclamation point grass in the chat.
This is not exclamation point wheat.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little too much on the nose.
That's very close to it, yeah.
Yes. Exclamation point children. Everyone's just like making their own. Potato Boy was like, "Hi, Brian." Yeah, you need the kids bubble. Yeah, the back bubble is the kids bubble. Yep. Natalina says, "Did you make the bedtime Care Bear a sticker?" I did. I did make it a sticker. It is a sticker now. So if you wish, you may absolutely purchase one. I started doing... I don't know if you saw this, Scott. I started finally turning some of the doodles into stickers?
I did, because I do read your posts. I know you don't think we do, but
I mean, sometimes
I did.
sometimes I don't know, but yes, I don't assume that everyone reads everything. But yeah, it's there are currently 44 designs, and I want to push it to 50 and then kind of sit on that for the rest of the year. I think that's what I want to do, because I like even numbers. So the Care Bear was in the... Hey, thank you for that. What if somebody just did something? Professor Spacetime gifted a tier 1 sub to the Brick Keeper. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate both you. I like even numbers. So I need to do a couple more. I want to order a couple more, and then I'll have those. At some point, I'll list them up on my website. But anybody can reach out to me directly if you want to get some, and just buy them that way too. Is fine. But the main purpose was to sell them at shows, because it's like a good like low price point impulse item at a con. So that's kind of the primary reason I did them. But I want to make sure anybody that wants them gets them. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you've been doing... how many shows are you going to do this year?
Oh man. I think it's like 2021. So
wow.
it's like and there are 2 of them that are on the waiting list. So I'm officially on the waiting list for New York Comic-Con. To have an artist table at New York Comic-Con, which is definitely a bucket list item. I don't even know if I'll get in, so we'll see. And then I'm on a waiting list for Awesome Con in Washington, D.C. So those, again, we'll see. Those 2 shows were a little bit more particular about wanting to have artists that have published work at their shows. And so I did tell them in the applications that I have work that is going to be published and available by the time the show is out, but it's like not currently published. Like, I tried to be as open about it as possible in case they were going to go do some reconnaissance.
Right.
So we'll see. But yeah, they were definitely like, we give preferential treatment to artists that have published works. What are your published works? Please give links to the websites where they're available and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Brian did that.
What?
Brian did that earlier in the chat. Did you see that?
Oh, what do you...
well, he put the one...
oh, yeah.
He put Healthy Habits.
Yep.
Above.
The campaign link to the other one. Yep. I had it set up so that you could type that in, and then when the other one launched, I like updated it so that it would be the new one. And let's see. Natalina says, "How do I purchase?"
don't know what those shows. Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, you can just let me know how many you want, and you can send me an email if you want. MrKevinHinkle@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Patreon if you want. Kind of like whatever you're the most comfortable doing. You can send me a Facebook Messenger message if you want. I just need to know what you would like, and then we can figure it out.
So I was going to ask, because I'm doing shows now somewhat, but my margin is so tight that, if they charge much more than $50 for a show, there's no way I can go,
Yeah.
I guess
it's tough.
You must be able to get a better... Yeah.
It's really tough. So like...
you aren't just doing it for exposure.
No. Mr. Hinkle is beyond exposure. But hey, if you guys are watching, you do earn exposure. You get exposure bucks for watching. Big D Performance is here. What's up? And Minecraft Architect 90 is here. Hello. Hi. Scott B. Oh, that's you. Hey, you're here, Scott. Don't submit.
I'm here.
You're here. You're here. Yes, doing well. Thank you. So yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, so most of the time, thankfully, artist tables at shows are cheaper than like vendor tables. because they also understand that all artists
Good point.
are starving. So usually, depending on the size of the show and kind of what's going on, an artist table is somewhere in the average of $200. That's usually what you pay. Some shows it's cheaper, and when it's cheaper, that's great. Some shows it's even more, and it's outrageous. So like my local convention, which is Kineticon in Hartford, they charge $400 for an artist table, which I think is absolutely outrageous. And I don't earn a lot of money. I mean, obviously the goal is to earn more and more and more by increasing my assortment, by doing a whole bunch of things. But I have not done a show so far that I've lost money at, thankfully. But I'm definitely not, I don't bring home a lot of money. Because, the margins are razor thin on these things. And then if it's anything that requires travel, if it's like a Boston thing or a Rhode Island thing or a New York thing, that's when it just starts eating into my money even more. So like a lot of people have been like, Kevin, you should come here. And it's like, do I have to travel? Are you going to let me sleep on your couch? Because I'm not going to earn enough money to be there.
Hey, you have a bedroom here in Boise anytime. So
I would have to fly there.
yeah, that's true.
I think. I mean, maybe I don't know. That's a ways away. But I appreciate that. Thank you, Scott. You never know what the future may bring. Thank you for the sub, Big D. Appreciate that. Appreciate the sub. Professor Spacetime says, as a photographer, I have been paid in so much exposure, I have been overexposed. Yes.
This is true.
And Minecraft Architect 90 says, big fan of your work, Hinkle. Always happy to pop in when I can. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. All right, we're going to color this Homomobile. I tend to go a little bit slower with vehicles because I'm not as confident in myself, but they tend to be pretty good. So you guys know I'm a character artist. That's what I am. I draw characters. I'm pretty good at it. And when we start getting into other things like nature, food, architecture, vehicles, like I'm not as confident. Doesn't mean that they don't come out good sometimes, but like I'm just not as confident. So I tend to go slower, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure like that I put on myself so that they do tend to come out pretty good, I think. But we'll see. We'll see how many we produce today. I have a guest room if you need it.
Kind of like your thing with hands.
Yeah. Oh, don't even get me. Why you got to bring hands into this?
Sorry.
Were you there when I did?
Your...
That's okay. Were you there when I did the hand stream, the entire stream of Nothing But Hands?
I did. I was on that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Memories.
Knew it was a struggle.
It was something. I mean, we got some fun ones out of it, but yeah, it was. It's not as bad as the horse one. Nothing will ever be as bad as the horse one.
We'll definitely have to do a Ferrari.
Yeah, that probably makes sense, yeah. Potato Boyo says, I'm beat. Just finished editing a Minecraft video. The good thing is I'm very happy with it. That's awesome. Let's see. Brickkeeper says, love the Audi WRC car in your Doodles of Fame. Thank you. Yeah, that's cycling through kind of what I think are the strongest doodles over the course of the show. And the show has been, we're almost at 100 episodes over the course of 3 years. So I've got hundreds and hundreds of these little drawings. And so, like I said, some of them come out pretty good. Some of them, not as much. But that's okay.
I saw the orbiter go by, and I love that. You know me in space. So.
Yeah. Well, I had last year. It's so crazy when I think about it too, because so last year I had Joe Mino, because he is an artist, and I didn't realize that until like an alarmingly recent is when I realized he was an artist. And so he was on, and he drew, and he picked space for the themes. It's like, cool, yeah, let's do space. And it's so funny because I'm never going to forget that episode now, because that was the episode that after we finished, like we did the whole episode, it was fine. I had a great time. We drew a bunch of cool space stuff. And then I was like, man, my stomach hurts. And 10 hours later, I was sitting in the ER and I had a ruptured appendix. I was like, So I'm never going to forget that episode with Joe.
Oh my
With
God.
Joe. Yeah, that was a day.
I remember your hospitalization, but I didn't.
That was that day.
Realize.
It was Friday. It was Friday, and I mean, I was actually fine for a majority of the stream, but like when we got to like halfway, I thought I was hungry because it was kind of it was like a weird dull kind of pain. I was like, I think I'm hungry. And so we finished, I went upstairs and then I ate, but it really didn't help. And I was like, I don't feel good. So I just laid down and I just sat, and I sat there for the entire rest of the night. And then, yeah, like at 7 or 8 o'clock that evening, I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, you need to take me to the ER. I'm not doing good. Like, I was starting to like, I was having chills, and I was like, this doesn't seem normal. But that was the day. That was the day that Joe was on and we did space stuff. Ridiculous.
Yeah, so Joe's a good friend of mine too, and we've collaborated on a bunch of stuff. But yeah, have you seen his pop-up cards?
Yeah, they're great. It's like, I'm so happy.
That's really fun.
That like, I mean, I'm happy anytime an artist like, you know, does artwork, because I went years without touching a pencil, and it's kind of like it's a sad little moment. And so anytime an artist like, you know, does what they do, it's a great thing. Oh, you know what I forgot? There's like this thing here. I didn't even do this. There's like a thing right here on the hood. It's like a weird box engine thing sticking up, and then there's a little bowling trophy guy on the hood ornament, and I didn't do that either.
That makes sense.
He's like, got the ball. Somebody would have called me out on it eventually. And thank you to the 16 people that are here. I appreciate all of you. We need like a little bit like this kind of, it's like a cream color almost for this and the horn. Just about done with this, and then we're gonna start the next one. I think I want to do that Ratfink one next. And
yeah, you need, but I think you've got to do it in your style.
oh yeah, there we go. That's, oh, let me do the red antenna. There's like a little right there. That's good enough. It's not just good, it's good enough.
It's great. Not just good.
Thank you. All right, Homomobile. Shrink that a little bit. You go over there. All right, I'm gonna look up. I guess just Ratfink.
Yeah, I think Ratfink will be
Enough, right?
But you'll see his artwork. They're really these outrageous cars, very non-scaled.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I the thing I always think about when I think about Ratfink stuff is the characters with their eyes coming out of the sockets. That's what I think about.
Yes.
Like, that is the key feature that I'm like, oh yeah, things with eyes sticking out of their sockets. Okay.
I'm a closet hot rod fan.
I don't think it's that big of a secret. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I'm more into race cars and Porsches and sports cars, you know. So
Okay, fine.
I just don't like minivan. That's the only thing I really like.
You know, the irony is I have a minivan, but that's fine.
Well, I know.
I have
one. They are incredibly useful.
Yeah.
When you have kids.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, I use it to
Best day of
haul.
my life when I got one.
I use it to haul all my stuff for shows and stuff. It's great. It's perfect. And the thing I love about it is that anytime there's any type of like social function, right? Finding rides and carpooling situation is never an issue. It's like, I'll just take everybody. Done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so easy.
do you fit a Saturn V in a SUV Lexus?
Professor Spacetime goes, wait, Scott likes cars? Surprise, surprise.
Right.
Getting some little...
I'm kind of excited. I'd like to get an EV SUV for my next vehicle. I've been
Is it about that time for you to get another...
a little worried. Have you been thinking at all about getting an EV?
What does that mean? Are you just saying like an electric car? Or what does that... Elaborate.
Yeah. Well, just I've been fascinated by how progressed electric cars have come, and I have somewhat of a controversial view that I really appreciate electric cars. I think they make great race cars as well. We just don't have the infrastructure yet to deal with that. But for my street car, I would just love to have an electric car, and they've really matured just in the last couple of years. And so I'm really thinking about the next vehicle being an electric.
Yeah, I'm definitely not opposed to it by any means. Like, I've got right now I have a Dodge Caravan, and I just I finally paid it off fully like last year, I believe. And you'll appreciate this. My wife has a Dodge Charger because that's what she wanted, and I was like, well, I'll be the practical one, I guess. And we just paid hers off this year, or no, like at the very end of last year. So now finally both of our vehicles are paid off, and so like in my mind, I'm like, the last thing I want to do is start another car payment. But I'm definitely not opposed. I'm not opposed to electric vehicles at all. Like I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. I just look at like what's the thing that's going to be, the most practical for what I need it to be, and that's hauling around kids and hauling around stuff for events and shows and things. But it's all good with me. Get a little...
Yeah, that's the only the thing about getting an electric SUV would be if I do another road trip, because I did a road trip out to Brick Fair and put the Saturn V in the back of it. And that, if you think even the best ones will have probably 300-400 mile range, and then even if you can find a supercharger, that still takes about an hour to get a full charge if you've got the quick charge kind of thing. So it's still going to be a limitation.
It's the only thing. So my in my mind, the only thing I've ever thought about electric cars that I'm like, man, that kind of like worries me is like feeling like I'm just gonna run out of power somewhere. But like I feel like it's also the same thing could be said about running out of gas. But it's just like in my mind, I'm like, man, I don't want to be like somewhere and all of a sudden it just shuts down. I'm like, whoops, I guess I'm on this abandoned stretch of highway. I'll go walk to this somewhat decrepit mansion. I hope there's not a homicidal family in there. But clearly you just got to know what the limits are and how far you can go, just like with gas. But it's just like, that's the one thing in my mind. I've been like, man, that'd be unfortunate.
You're right.
Let's see, in the chat, Brickkeeper says, wait, Scott, what happened to the Lexus?
Nothing happened to Lexus. It is going to get replaced probably next year. Just more that it's got 130,000 miles, and it's over 10 years old. So
yeah, just kind of that time.
Unfortunately, the new Lexus SUV.
It's just kind of that time.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we got the giant wheels now. Okay.
Yeah.
We got some big old wheels. Let me scroll over there again. Make sure you guys can see. Bubble of O says they did have a lot of Super Bowl commercials, so I must want it. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. That's exactly how it works. So Kevin is going minivan or Ford Transit. What does that question mean? I don't think I understand. I don't follow.
So the Ford Transit's a bigger van, right? That's the new, and they're going to have electric versions of the Ford Transit.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely like having talking about anything. I'm just a big fan of the practicality of having a van. It's just, it's so, like, really, anytime, you know? It's like, oh no, I gotta haul tables around? That's fine. Oh no, I gotta haul around 10 scouts to a trip. That's fine. It's like, it's just never a thing. It's never an issue. And I really appreciate that about it. Because that's just like, waste of time. There's so much, you waste so much time trying to figure out carpooling situations and like transportation when there's like big groups or like big items, you know, like, oh, we want to buy this thing. Well, there's no way for us to transport it.
Unless you rent their pickup truck for
exactly.
$18.99.
Exactly. All right, we got to get some crazy smoke coming out of this bad boy.
I was repiping my daughter's house in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I was using her car, which is a Honda Fit, which is actually a very nice car. I mean, very small, but kind of it can fit some amazing things. But I had to buy some PEX pipe in 10-foot lengths. And the car is not even 10 foot long, right? I mean, it's like, that might be a slight exaggeration. But what I ended up doing is I put it in the passenger side footwell and then out the back window behind the driver door. And it was still like 2 feet out. So it looked kind of funny, but I was able to put that stuff in. So.
Oh, I just realized. So I was looking at this comment in the chat from Big D Performance, which is he works in like cars and working with this. This is like totally up your alley. This should be. This should be all. And yeah, he's like, I need to catch you up on some car. Yeah, no, I'm a lost cause on that. I'm a lost cause in that arena. But yeah, this is your kind of episode today.
Oh, I remember cartoons. I do remember Cartoons magazine.
Oh,
That's going back a ways.
Bequeathed to my 19-year-old to haul tables. See, it's just practical. It's just practical. I like the practical. I'm a practical kind of guy. Okay. But in terms of like cars that I think look cool, like I just don't consider myself like a big car guy. But like I like the old retro, like where the cars look spacey with the back like wing fins and stuff, you know, like how do I explain this? Like when they have the lights.
Oh right.
That have like this is the red part.
Cars would look like in the.
Like this kind of stuff on the back of the car, right? Like
that
look.
That was pretty much after. Yeah.
I like
Jet
those.
Age.
Yeah, I like that. I think they look kind of cool.
It actually looks like a cat.
Well, yeah. That don't judge it by my drawing. Yeah, Big D Performance is entertained, so good. He's digging it. Potato Boy says, I'm taking up all of my Wi-Fi because I'm rendering the video. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. 100%. Larry says, I worked for Lexus for 11 years. Hard to find a better built car. Look at that.
I've got to say, I love Lexus. I love their service. It's just, it's fabulous, but current iterations are just, the grills are ugly. Ugh. Ugly.
Tell us how you really feel.
But the service, the guy that runs service, you know, because they're always trying to upsell you, right? You know, especially now with used car being so valuable. I could probably make fairly good money off of it, but he said, hey, it's going to take longer. Our shop got kind of hammered, so I'll give you a loaner. And he drives up. It was a brand new 450X, So like a brand new version of what I had, hybrid, and I drove it. And of course, it drives wonderful. It's has all the new gadgets and stuff, But
Mm-hmm.
and when I got done, I did think that at least I don't see the grill if I'm inside the car.
That's true. This is true. Yep, that's fair. We got to get these eyes. I got to do a character. I mean, I can't just do that. With this,
Yeah.
you got
No,
to.
well, it defines rat fink. Yes.
Crazy looking creature here. I did. There was a stream
Well,
a while ago.
service consultant.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying in the chat that
Mhm.
Larry said he was a service consultant, and I've got to say I've dealt with 3 Lexus dealers across the country, and they've all been fabulous. So I think they train you well.
Larry is a fabulous person in general, though. So he already started off on a good note. I was saying that I drew. It was a long time ago. It might have been in 2020, but there was an episode where somebody asked for Rat Fink, and I drew this mouse character. I guess this is literally Rat Fink. I guess.
It is.
And I didn't draw the car. It was funny because at that time I just drew the character. So I remember drawing the mouse or the rat, and I remember having the 8-ball gear shift thing in his hand, and I didn't draw any of the rest of it. I was like, there you go. There it is. So this is I gotta draw the whole thing this time.
You've come full circle.
Oh yeah, I gotta do it justice and do the whole little kabang here. Larry's like, oh shucks. You bet, Larry. You bet, Larry. Yeah, and as always, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thanks for, as always, thanks for sticking around, hanging out with me on another Friday. We're going to have next week, not to go ahead and end now. I mean, we saw plenty of time today, but especially now that the Discord audio stuff is kind of figured out too, I'm going to have next Friday the author of the Grasslands book will be on with me. So we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do with themes yet. So we're taking a little bit of the break from Patreon themes for a little bit. I'm thinking we might do just fantasy to kind of keep it within the realm of the book. But he'll be on, and then the week after that. Hey, thanks for the Ray. Funny Figs is here. Thanks for the sub. Lucky number 13 indeed. What was I saying? Oh, there we go.
Hi, Kevin.
So Scott? Can you see the clips since you're watching the Twitch stream? I know you can't hear, but you
Yes,
can
I did. I see the clips.
Okay, good. Yeah, you can see SpongeBob pop up. And so then and then the next Friday, I think there's another Friday, and then I'm gonna have Ben, who is another guy from the publisher that I've been working with. He's gonna be on. He's an awesome artist too. And then I think the next week I have a show, so I don't think there's gonna be one. But so you guys will have a little string of folks on with me. And Scott was the trendsetter. He started this train of events here.
Here we go.
But nice to see you, Ray. Welcome back. Ray says, whoa, a guest? Yes, we have Scott Bowman on today, one of my patrons, and this is his theme. So we were going to do this last week, and then, my week just exploded. So he is on in real time, and we did some little audio tests a couple days ago because I haven't done one of these yet on Twitch, and it's working out. So, yay. Oh, we got to have some flies and stuff. All right, I need to shrink because I don't have enough space to draw the other hand or the.
I was gonna say you got to have that shifter way up in the air. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you know what's funny? On Wednesday I was on Brian's stream, and we did we basically did this. It was like a crossover stream. So we did drawing, and with that one, every prompt was either 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes only.
Ooh.
And it's like, it's great because it's very entertaining. But man, it's like intense. It's like, oh goodness, I gotta make this look decent in a minute. And like, even the simplest characters, 60 seconds is not a lot of time. It's like, all right, let's do it. And they're, I have fun doing that. I have a redeem on here too. That's not my intention of bringing this up. But if anybody wants to use their exposure bucks that they've been racking up, you can challenge me to a 60-second drawing challenge in the middle of the episode. All right, so we have...
And everything has to stop.
Everything has to stop. That's how it works. Larry says it's the eyeballs. Yeah, it is the eyeballs. Let's see. It was my daughter's birthday party, though, so... Today, Ray? What are you talking about? Elaborate. And thank you, Larry, saying that's a flipping brilliant drawing. Larry's a fan. Maybe I'll turn this one into a sticker.
Oh, he was saying he missed the thing with Brian.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's still on his channel.
Which a daughter's birthday has got to be pretty important. Yeah.
I guess I'll accept it. I'll accept it. It's fine. I'll accept the terms.
Yeah.
Get our 8-ball here.
I've been enjoying the stickers that you send out for your patrons. That's kind of unexpected.
Yeah, hopefully you do. And I mean, even if it's something that maybe you're not super familiar with, you can give it to somebody else or do whatever you want with it. Mm-hmm. I thought it's a nice little perk. You know, I keep trying to make it special because, you know, it's money. People are paying, and I get that, like, to a degree, a lot of people do it because they just want to support me, but I still feel like it needs to be a good value. And I like that. I like that perk. I think it's a good perk. So I'm happy to hear when people enjoy it. Like, oh, this is cool.
And then we can use the doodles too, right?
Yep. Anytime.
Right?
Anytime. Yeah. I put them up there.
Yeah.
And you don't have to ask. You don't have to ask permission. You can literally do whatever you want. Nick from Ghost Frickin' Talkin', you know, he does like a paranormal podcast, so he tends to take like the spooky ones I do.
You're making us a little bit uncomfortable.
John Wise, like, you're making us uncomfortable. So he takes the spooky ones and he like puts it in his shop, and that's totally fine with me. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. You can sell them. Like, you can use them for personal use or whatever, because if you're supporting me on Patreon, like, it's totally fine. So yeah, you're welcome to do that if you wish. All right, let's color this. We need like a yellow. It's the eyeballs. It's the eyeballs. It really is.
It's the eyeballs.
Yeah, I think I redeemed my rat fink drawing from last time.
No, it looks very good.
Thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere. All right, let's get a little tail, and we have... I can zoom in again. Look at that. I look over at the screen and he's staring at Taylor Swift in her cat outfit. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I might be in your neck of the woods this summer. We've got a race at Watkins Glen, and
oh, cool.
That's not too far.
Do you know? Like,
I'll let you know if I can.
What month? Do you know?
It's a month.
It is a month in the calendar year. It's like, oh, very good.
Correct. Yeah. The summer, I can pin it down that far.
Okay. No, yeah, just let me know. Summer is obviously like a big time for like Comic-Cons. So that's like, I have a lot of stuff in July, August, and September, but it's not every week. But that's
This would be during the week because
oh, then yeah, that'd be
be
fine.
working on the weekends, right?
Yeah,
So
that's actually perfect because, yeah, good stuff. I don't know, man. This one could be one of your top 10. Larry says this is one of my top 10 ever. I don't know about that, Larry.
really,
I don't know about that.
it is good.
It might be a Hall of Famer. It's a Hall of Famer for when I go and update the little slideshow reel. Because that actually doesn't have any of the doodles from the last few episodes from the end of the year of last year, and obviously nothing from this year, so it'll get updated at some point.
It all takes time.
It does take time. It's all time.
It is.
But yeah, let me know, and yeah, if I'm around, I'm totally down to meet up for anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially if it's during the week, then that's fine. Because Comic-Cons are, it's weekend affairs. It is not during the week.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited for near the end of the year when I have both the children's book and the fantasy novel in hand at my booth. I'm really excited. That's gonna be wild.
That will be great.
I'll be like a real artist, ladies and gentlemen.
You are a real artist.
I know, but all these applications. Please list your published works. I'm like, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you on it. I'm finally a real artist. I'll be like Ray. Ray's a real artist. See? Got published works. Published works. All right, now we just need some chrome and grays and stuff here. We gotta do that little bandage. And let's do.
Oh, I forgot about the bandage.
He's got a little bandage on his tail. It's true.
Yes.
Except no imitation. Yes. Exactly, Ray. Exactly. Actually, I'll keep this dark one for the wheels, I think. I'll do the inside lighter. We'll do this. We'll do this action. And do something like that. I had so one of the things I'm doing this year, one of the reasons my show list is so long is that I'm also trying craft fairs for the first time because they're local. I don't have to really travel that far, and the cost for tables there is even cheaper. So like the average I pay for a table at a craft fair is like $100, which is pretty cheap. Obviously, I don't earn as much money, but like I said, it's less travel, it's cheaper table. But I was at a show a couple weeks ago and had one of the people that have been here at the show watching before, and they're like, "Oh, I watch your show and I'm a fan," and bought one of my poster prints for all of the doodles for the end of the year. That was really cool. Because I almost never sell those at shows because it's like if you don't watch this live stream, then those prints don't really mean anything. It's like, oh, it's just a collection of random.
Other than they're cool.
I mean, they're cool to look at. People like to look at them, but they don't tend to buy them because it doesn't it's not as relevant, I guess. What's up, Ken? Marlo Bricks is here. I'm here.
Funny Figs just said that they just found out that he didn't put the paperwork through when he graduated college.
I found out
That's
today
crazy.
that for whatever when I graduated, they never put. So you're not it's not real.
I know, it's like, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, Ray.
Retroactive.
That's a shame. Yeah, so I've done 2 craft fairs already, actually. I did one that was an hour and 15 minutes away, and then I did another one that was even closer at like only 15 minutes away. The first one I did pretty good. It was a pretty good turnout. It wasn't like the same money I earned at like Comic-Con, but I was pleased. I was like, yep, this was good. Second one was tough. I still didn't lose any money, but it was really tough. That one wasn't as strong. I think after my table expense, I think I brought home $15. So I was like, well, not as strong as the other one.
Ooh, yeah.
But, it's okay. Larry says...
I've been trying those myself, too.
Craft fairs?
Yeah, because, again, what I sell, Lego kits,
Yeah.
is somewhat of an impulse buy, but it's also, if it's not the right place, then people they're thinking, that I'm too expensive, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yep.
It's a fine one.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you mean. All right, I think this is our finished Rat Fink drawing. There it is.
I like it. Oh, that bandage. Don't forget the bandage.
Yeah, it's white, though, I think. Yeah, it's white, so it's colored.
Oh, true.
It's
I'll
done,
accept that.
and also it's done and not done. Larry says, has Mater been? No, Mater has not been suggested. I don't think. Randy's requesting Mater. Larry and Scott's actually helped me out. It's my first time to have a guest on with me on Twitch, so. There was an artist named Steve Austin, no relation to the $6 Million Man, that did decades of cartoons art. One of my art inspiration. Yeah, Larry's also a pretty good artist. Larry needs to do more art. That's that's a proclamation.
Okay, I think you need to do a Ferrari next.
Okay.
We don't have enough red in this show yet.
Yeah, we did a couple like more cartoony things so we can go more realistic again. Try to balance it out,
There you go.
All right, you go down there. Thank you, Ray. Love the Rat Fink. Yeah, the craft fair. It's definitely like you don't know what you're gonna get until you do it. Let's see which Ferrari. Aren't there different?
It's the 512S Mondeleu.
512.
Look in in the chat. It was by.
Oh, yep, yeah. Where do we got it?
I can't remember who it was by.
It was by somebody. Somebody suggested it.
It was by somebody. No, it's not Magnum PIs. That's a 208.
Oh, this is weird looking. This like flat white and like it's like a spaceship. Okay, that's fine. I'll do it. It looks like
Ferrari's done some weird stuff.
What's up? We got Arctic Arts is in the house. And you know what? Let me give a shout out to Arctic Arts. I haven't done any shout outs. Where is Arctic Arts? Shout out. Let's see. Do I even remember how to do this? Yeah, see, I remember how to do this. Arctic Arts is here. He's a fellow Twitch streamer. He does art on Twitch as well. Please check his stuff out. He has some awesome hot takes. All about the hot takes. Nice to see you, buddy. You guys should follow Ray's artwork too. He's not a Twitch streamer, so I don't want to. It's not gonna. He's got no Twitch streaming. I can't really. But I like Ray too. Follow Ray's artwork on other places. All right, let me draw this weird looking Ferrari. It's going well today. I've got my first. I finally linked up Discord to Streamlabs, so I have one of my patrons and buddies, Scott Bowman, is here, and this is his theme. So he suggested cars today, and so he's here on stream in real time with me, helping.
Real time.
Yeah.
A real human.
He's a real human, and I'm also going to be a real artist. This is such a
when you grow up.
When I grow up, though. Not now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, does this kind of shape. This is such a weird looking.
Oh, I wanted to ask about this cheating scandal I heard about a a certain event, Boy Scout event, where the dad did the whole build?
Oh, that always happens.
Were you a part?
Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry, we didn't win anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a nice looking shark.
Thank you.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, he was having a bad attitude. He's like Arctic says, now that your death grind is like, yeah, the death grind has been real, my friend. It has been real. Yeah, he had a bad attitude because he went all in. He went all in on year one, right? So he went all in and he didn't win. And he's a little boy and he got frustrated. And he's like, I don't want to ever do this again. And I'm like, well, that's not what it's all about. That's not the lesson to be learned here. But that's still kind of his feelings. But then, time went on and we got to year 2 and he was like, okay, I'll try again. But like, I'm remembering my frustration with year 1. And I was like, well, what did we learn from year 1 that we can apply for year 2? And we did that. That's what we did. But he didn't win again. And he was very frustrated. And he's like, I'm done. See, I did it once, didn't work. I tried again, didn't work. I don't ever want to do it again. And I'm like, well, that's not how this works. And so we got to year 3, which is this year. And he flat out refused. He's like, I'm not doing it. I did it once. I did it twice. I'm done. And I was like, there's not an opt out. That's not
really okay.
I'm like, you got to. That's the whole point.
I only made it to Weeblos.
Okay. I mean, that's still like, that's further on than we're at right now. That's like in another year or 2 for us. And so I was like, come on, we can't be the only parents that are not going to do this. Like, come on. Oh, you can see the wheel through. That's weird. You can see the wheel through it like this. That's interesting. So yeah, I was like, all right, I know he loves sharks. He's obsessed with sharks. And so I was like, let's do a shark. And he helped a little bit. He did like a little bit of sanding. He drew the eyes and the gills. And he was so like, he was mad at me for doing it. He's like, you shouldn't have done it. We're not going to win. And I was like, all right, well. And then we did it and we didn't win. I think we were like in the top 5 for like design, because you can vote for which one you think looks the coolest. But we didn't win that either. And so he's like, once again, he's like, see, I don't know why you did it. I don't know why you bothered. And I was like, okay. So, let's see. Ken says, Herbie the Love Bug. Nice. Yeah, Scott is copying them. Did I do the right thing? I don't know how the internet works. That's fine. Yeah, Stitch Jedi. I was thinking about doing one of the stitches for a sticker, but I think I'm going to do the one where he's in the red spacesuit and the 4 arms. I think that's the one I'm going to do as a sticker. This is a weird Ferrari. This is a very odd Ferrari.
It is.
It looks like a James Bond vehicle. It looks like that one that he went underwater in. Kind of.
So Ferrari used a lot of different coach builders. So Ferrari, I don't know if they do today, but at the time they really didn't make their bodies, right? They would be designed and then approved and then mated at Maranello, at the factory. And so there are some very unusual Ferraris out there that are one-offs or even, just a few were made. So yeah it's...
Because, I mean, it's not what I think about in my head when I think about a Ferrari. It's like, no, I think of like the red, like the stereotypical red with the, that's what I think about. Not this. Larry's like, kids need to lose. I agree, Larry. I'm not against that in any way. Anyway, at all. It's like, yeah, you have to learn that you're not always going to win. And you can't just like, you go, oh, I lost, time to quit at life. It's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
That is not how it works.
Work was bad today. I won't go in tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like, well, I quit everything. Oh. I see. Let's do a part in here. There's not a lot to color on this because it's mostly white, but I'll do some like shading and stuff. We got these things going on here. It looks like a space age vehicle. All right. That's enough. Let's color it.
It looks like you would die just by hitting a speed bump.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Let's see. One of the best Ferraris. What does Arctic say? Hey, Bo, you enjoy bullying yesterday? I don't know what the correct answer is to that. I support free cat board design. See, I was not able to watch, so I'm not even gonna comment because I have no idea what's going on. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine here.
Okay.
It's all fine. It's great. It's perfect. All right, do some of this. Admittedly, that was probably a little harsher than it needed to be, but it's fine. No, that's also too harsh. Too harsh. Do like this.
You know, I remember
There it is. This is
when
fine.
I was doing
This is fine.
when I was doing the Soapbox Derby, I did a Lotus turbine car.
Oh.
So I was always doing the weird stuff. So
Did you ever win?
no, because it was inherently I was going for style,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
aerodynamics did not mean as much on Soapbox Derby. So
Yeah. Some people get like they're all about it. They are all in. You know? Like I went on this journey down YouTube tutorials about like all the like just a ridiculous amount of little things you can do. And I'm like, I'm not sure I'm willing to go all in on this.
I had a colleague that he and his son were masters. They won it, I think, every year, but they would polish the axles. They,
All of it,
they
everything.
balanced it. Oh, yeah, it was just crazy what
Yeah.
they'd go through. But they were both into it, so it was it was fun to see the
Yeah.
two of them together,
It was a rewarding
it out,
experience. They were doing it, and yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Do I need to do anything else to this? I mean, I guess I can do like just a little bit of like, just like some orange.
Yeah, because it's so
bits.
much glass.
There it is. There you go. Instead of everyone gets first place, the start of that was the beginning of the end. Yes. Oh, and thank you for the lurk, Potato Boy. It's the lurk command. He decided this artwork is best admired from a distance. Time to walk away. All right, move our Ferrari up here somewhere.
No one's going to know that, though.
That's a Ferrari?
You have to be a very
Yeah.
nerdy Ferrari fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Larry says, I got so bent
I
out of
think you
shape.
need to do the Stingray.
Oh, okay, yeah. We can do that. Let's see.
That's American iron. So
1969 Corvette Stingray convertible. Yep.
yeah, it's a classic.
We have the power. We can make
Like
this.
Black Six suggested it. I don't know if Black Six stuck around, but
He tends to lurk. He's probably lurking. All right,
Lurk.
1916 Stingray. Yeah, there's so much stuff, Larry.
not
Oh my goodness.
1960.
1969 Corvette.
Yeah, there we go.
Corvette Stingray.
Yeah, not only graphiting, polishing, balancing. They balanced the wheels to make sure that they were,
Yeah.
if they needed to remove a little so that they would roll better. I mean, it was just crazy what
Yep.
they go to.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you mean.
But it was but it was also mostly labor. It wasn't, if you think about it, to polish those axles, to make it just took tons of time.
Yeah.
And
And like the whole technique of having only 3 wheels touch instead of 4 Like that's
Yes.
a big thing. That was a big like little rabbit hole I went down. And I'm like, okay. And then also like slightly bending your axles. It's like, okay, I'm all right. I just want to make it.
I know. Giving your Pinewood Derby caster doesn't seem. But anyway,
I was like, I just want it to look like a shark.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I want to do. So let's see. We got like kind of this shape going on, and it goes in, and then it goes into another shape back here, kind of like that. Got a wheel here, and a wheel here, and then this. Okay, that's probably good enough to start fleshing that out, I think. Oh, let me move it. You can't see it. Yep, there you go. That's what happens when the dad gets involved. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So true. So true. And it's been a little bit, so let me throw this in the chat again. Exclamation point book. That is the little image you were seeing up there in the upper left-hand corner. The Pro Gamer's Guide children's book is still live on Kickstarter if you'd like to support that before it's over. There's only 9 days left or 8 days left, and that is done. But I launched another Kickstarter because I worked on two things at the same time. And so that one just started. So we are looking for some help to make that a reality. I definitely appreciate you guys taking a look. It would mean a lot to me. It's been seven months worth of work on that novel. So it'd be really great if you guys check that out. Be very appreciative. And yes, you are at the hey, thanks for what somebody did something. Thanks for the follow. Yes, Echo Rider 10. Hey, it's been a long time. It's been a very long time. Nice. I was just in his stream before I started streaming. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. What was I saying? I don't remember. Larry says, no, Bubble says, what deep artistic thought do you put into whether the car faces left or right? The thought I put into it is, how many cars have I already drawn facing one direction? Because I want to try to balance it out. That's a great question, though. Because I looked at the canvas and I'm like, how many cars have I drawn facing one way? I should probably draw it the other way. Ages have passed, and stars have died and have been born anew since our last meeting. It doesn't get more poetic than that. I hope the rest of your stream went well. This guy has, like, I'm telling you, one of the best, most soothing voices I've ever heard. I told him, I'm like, can you just read stories to me? Just read to me. It's awesome. But he also does some cool, like, model railroading and stuff. That was certainly not the intention. And was like, you have such a soothing voice. It was very comfy. Good. Good. What else we got here? Larry says 7,546
Jack,
exposure
I wanted you
bucks.
to draw me like one of your French girls.
You got it,
Wow.
Joseph. You got it.
so just by being, I've got 470 now. So basically,
Yeah.
just being.
Just being here.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That's all you got to do is you just
Yep.
got to be here and watch, and you earn bucks. There are other things that you earn money from. I need to refresh myself and learn, but mostly just like watch time. It's mostly like if you're here and you watch, you earn it. And then you can use them, or you could save them, and you can play the funny video clips, which is like what Joseph Zawada just did by playing the Draw Me Like One of Your French Girls clips from Titanic. But then, yeah, I've got some like larger redeems, like the 60-second drawing challenge. And then I do have some more that are like very interactive. Like one of them I just need to set it up. I haven't done it yet, but is going to force me to use my left hand instead of my right hand, which is not my dominant hand. So there's like some funny things that you can use your money to impact the show. So yeah, that's like some of the the bells and whistles I was talking about that I really like that Twitch has, because it definitely fosters a more like engaging and interacting live stream experience. Like, you can of course live stream anywhere, but like they really know that this is a live streaming platform, so they're like, what can we do to make the live streaming experience more entertaining?
Right.
Let's see. If you want me to, if you have stuff you want me to read, send it my way or ping me and I can read it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's awesome. I was trying to think of like, is there any train related? I was like, Thomas the Train, right? Read some Thomas the Train stories. I think if I'm recalling correctly, when we chatted a couple weeks ago, I think you were saying that you'd done some audio work, right? Or am I imagining that? Did I just make that up? I want to say that when we were speaking, you said that you had done some like audio, maybe some audio book work or something like that. But maybe none of that actually happened and I just made it all up.
It's from the multiverse.
It is. Here we go. Bobo Laveau always knows the real answers. So subbing, gifting subs, and spending bits is what gives you extra exposure bucks. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, you earn, you get exposure bucks. Aren't you happy? Now you know what it feels like to get exposure.
Woo!
Let's see here. I have done some audio work in the. Okay, it was a long time ago, and I couldn't be credited. That's lame. That's lame. Do the work and then you don't even get credited.
On my road trip, I got a lot of Audible books, and it's really amazing how well the voice actor can make it work.
Yeah. Yep. You know what I was really impressed with? I don't know. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
So I listened to what was it? The Thrawn series of books by Timothy Zahn.
Interesting.
And that's obviously it's in the Star Wars universe. And the production value of those was astonishing because it was by Lucas, and so Skywalker sound and everything. So they had all of the soundtracks from Star Wars, and they also had like the narrator was really good at like sounding like Emperor Palpatine when he needed to, and sounding like really good at just manipulating his voice to sound like these characters. And they also had the ability to tweak the audio to make it sound like it. And I was like, man, this is great. And like when there were parts of the story where like they're in a battle or something, you would hear like the faint sounds of like blasters going off and stuff. And so it was like an old school radio drama. I'm like, this is great. This is amazing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I recommend.
I listened to all 8 Expanse books.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's just like, you can make it a really great experience if you want to. You can make it a really great experience. Echo Rider's also a fan of the Thrawn series. Yeah, so good. Expanded Universe is incredible. Bobo Laveau says, if subbed, you also earn more bucks per. Yeah, so if you have subbed to my channel, you earn more per minute. Yeah, that's yeah. See, appreciate it. Yeah, it serves to reward chat activity. Yeah, see, Bobo Laveau knows he knows what's up, knows the ins and outs of the Twitch verse. I'm just an artist. I just draw. That's all I do. Thank you for your wisdom.
I'm writing down the Thrawn.
Yeah, it was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. I felt like a little kid listening to it. It was so good. And just when the guy, the the narrator, the first time he talked like Palpatine, I'm like, I literally stopped and went to go see if like Ian McDiarmid was credited because I thought it was the actual actor. I was like, there's no way that was him. Potato Boyo says, I had pizza 4 minutes ago. Kevin is jealous. Confirmed. Confirmed. All right, I'm gonna color this. What color? I'm just gonna do it. I guess the color that's on this reference image, which is like a green. It's like a dark green. I'll just do that. It's fine. Keep trying to mix it up so that we don't have too much of the same color. Unless
you can't really do metallic.
Sometimes I can do chrome decently well. I can color it okay. Unless Black 6 is here and tells me to do this a different color, I'm going to do this green.
Okay.
You still have time to correct this if you wish, Black 6. Otherwise, I'll just move ahead. I have to do something to pad out work. The big kid found dead squirrels in the garbage can, and I got a text telling me the can is at the curb, and now that's amazing. In direct contrast to the Kevin is jealous, I'm not jealous of that one. Not jealous of that one. No.
Dead squirrels in your garbage can.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, thank you.
Now, if I had dead squirrels, they would be in the garbage can, but how they got there is probably the story.
Yeah. We had a dead squirrel in our yard last winter, and I didn't know about it, and then it was like, it got to that point of the winter, especially here in New England, where it's just like snowstorm after snowstorm, and then it's just like you just have snow that just lingers forever, and so I didn't realize it until it was like this half skeletal frozen squirrel corpse, and I was like, what is this? How long has this been here? It was very bizarre. It looked like it had been there all winter long, and I hadn't noticed it. I was like, well, that's just lovely. That's just beautiful.
The joys of owning a home.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Let's do a lighter color. Do some highlights here. How you feeling with the output from today's episode thus far?
Looking good.
Is
Very
it
good.
everything you could have hoped for?
Everything.
And more. And so much more. Very good. Very good. I appreciate you participating and making the suggestions. There's still quite a few people that never did, so it's pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Oh, you mean your patrons?
Yeah, and having a theme. There's still quite a few people that never put anything in there, which is fine. It's hey, I still got money either way. So when it's like, do you want to participate? Get our tires here. There's some fun ones. There's also some folks put a bunch of suggestions in there, which is totally fine. I just wanted to go through everybody's first ones first, and then circle back around and start doing it's like there's a few that there were some great ones. I was like, oh, that'll be cool when we get back around to that point. Look a little this. The seats are even darker green. The darkest green possible. Do some of that.
Dark, deep jungle.
Oh, yeah. All right, we need a little bit of orange. A little bit of orange here, and a little bit there and there. And get a little bit of that. And we need a red stripe around these wheels here. How many firsts do we have left? There's not that many. There's not that many Boba Laveau. I was looking at that recently. I think there's there's less than 10. It might be less than 5 that's like first times, and then we go back around. It's actually pretty close to being done through the first. Matt Elder, our resident horse expert, !horse, made sure to already put he wants another horse stream. So we already did it. He wants it again. And so he already made sure to get that noted. He was listening one time, and I made the comment. I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to make more suggestions, that's fine. And like in real time, I got the alert that it was like Matt Elder has left a comment on your thing, and it was like another horse stream. And I was like, oh. All right, there we go. Let me back up a little bit because it's a little zoomed in. You guys can't see it in all of its glory. There we go. Bubble Leveau says, as an artist, how does it feel when you spend a year working on a book and then someone says their favorite thing you did took 3 minutes? It's a great experience. It's the best.
Great.
You know, it is weird. It is weird for sure. It's like, on one hand, I really appreciate anybody liking anything I create, because that's the point. But it's weird when you like really spend a lot of time on one thing and like people are like, eh. And then it's something else, you're like, I did this in 5 minutes, and like that's the thing. It's like, please draw more Baby Yodas. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, aren't those great? I did those on Wednesday, Ray. Those were on the stream. All right, so we did 2 more realistic, so let's do like a cartoony one again. Let's do... I think we need to do Mater, because everybody...
We have a Herbie and Mater.
Everybody was like, are you going to do Disney cars? Like, everybody asked me that. So I was like, all right, we'll do Mater, because I've done Lightning McQueen a few times already. Let's see, Mater cars. And, hold on. I got to get...
Girlfriend is actually same brand car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The
it's
Lightning's.
916.
Right, Lightning's his like car,
Can't think of her name,
girl
yeah.
car friend.
Sally, there you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yes.
Larry's like, everybody draws Mater. I haven't drawn Mater. I need to run upstairs and grab my phone battery because it's dying, so I'll be right back. Scott, entertain the people for a minute. Here, look.
I could do the fill-in. Yeah, Sally is a Porsche 996.
There you go.
I own a 996. So. We need a few more suggestions. Everybody should put in. I've been copying them into, so we have a list. Yeah, I love it. He just leaves and says, yeah, just entertain. So I have a good story about my first car. It was a 1960 Morris Mini. And my dad got it for me. And I remember it cost, I think it cost $600. And that was in a long time ago. And I had to restore it. And so that basically consumed all my money. And I ended up buying my first Porsche 914 before I got the Mini on the road. And so I spent all my time working on cars instead of getting in trouble, which didn't work totally because I still got in trouble. But so anyway, that was my very first car, and we had it in the family. My mom drove it. I painted it red with a Danish flag on top because I'm half Danish, and it was a lot of fun, and it went to a good home finally. Ooh, a Zephyr. That's just a fun name, Zephyr. My dad, when I was growing up, when I was actually very young, raced a Bug-Eye Sprite, 1960 Bug-Eye Sprite.
All right.
And
I took advantage of the situation and went to the bathroom too. All right. Let's see here. Battery.
we didn't really need to know that.
No,
Yeah,
you needed to
but
know.
I'm glad.
I wanted you guys to know that it didn't take me that long to just go pick up a battery. Go back. All right. Hopefully you were
Back.
very well entertaining to the fine people at home.
Well, I told him a story of my first car, and then Larry said he had a 81 Mercury Zephyr.
Oh.
And I just said that Zephyr is a fun name.
That is a fun word. That is
It is.
There's a thing in SpongeBob where they talked about words that are like that feel funny to say. I mean, it was about curse words, but they were like, what did they say? They said it's like spice. It makes my mouth feel weird. It's like funny words or something. I don't remember. It's been a while. All right, let me draw Mater. Apparently, according to Larry, everyone draws Mater.
Everybody.
Just literally everybody does. I don't think I've ever drawn Mater. I don't remember ever drawing Mater.
Yeah, there's some fun. When I was in college, there was an engineering student by the name of Giselle, and she was one of the. I think there were only 2 or 3 women in the engineering program that I was in, but Giselle, she ended up designing or working on rigs, or no, she was working at nuke plants down in Texas or somewhere in the South. But
Gotcha. Echo Rider's heading out. Thank you very much for stopping by. I definitely appreciate it. And yeah, you take care as well. Have a lovely evening.
good luck at work tomorrow.
Yes, good luck at work tomorrow. He's also got an interview next week, so good luck at that too. We're all cheering for you. Let's see here. We got to get our smile. It's really all about the smile, really. You know, I took once upon a time, forever ago. I took a tour of Pixar.
Really?
Thanks to some contacts that I had, and I went there. Like, I was there when Cars 2 was in theaters. And so if you've ever seen any photo, there are a couple photographs of like inside Pixar. They have this beautiful main like walkway where they will totally deck it out for whatever's like the current film in theaters. And so they'll like just totally put like really nice banners and giant printed posters and just everything. So like the whole area was decked out Cars 2. And I remember my tour guide at the time, name withheld. My tour guide was saying that Cars 2 was the first time in their history. To that point, it's probably changed since then, but to that point, it was the first movie that nobody wanted to make. They were like, we just didn't really feel like it needed a sequel.
Really?
We really didn't want to do a sequel, but Disney's like, you're going to do a sequel whether you like it or not, so make another Cars movie. And I feel like I remember seeing, I loved the first Cars, and then the second one, I'm like, this is just kind of like, I don't need this. Like, I don't need this in my life. Like, spy Mater in like London. Like, what's happening? I was like, what even is this movie? And yeah, he was saying that it was like the first time that they had like kind of been forced to do a thing, and that you could tell that people were just not feeling it. But I mean, there's been many sequels and stuff since then, so maybe that's changed since then. But that was the word on the street.
Interesting.
But of course, you know, a film
Have
that
you seen
like
Enchanto?
yes, it was amazing. Loved it.
It is. I loved it.
I was gonna say that like even for maybe for like a Pixar to be like, we weren't feeling it, is probably still leagues better than a lot of other companies.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
But yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful film. Not Cars 2.
Not great.
It just, I mean, if you think about it, Cars 2 was so weird. I was like, it was just, what's happening? And I mean, Cars 3 was okay because I feel like we got back to like an interesting story, but like the whole like, let's do a whole thing about international spies. Like, what is this? What is this?
You're right. You're right. Yeah, it got kind of back to family and the new, kind of sharing the fun in a way.
Yeah, because like that
growing
was
up.
like, Lightning was now like he was now the old racer, right? And like the young kids are better than him. Like it got back to like what it's supposed to be about. And that second one was just like, what is this? Like that was the question I kept asking, like, what is this? What is even occurring? Oh, I totally angled that tire the complete wrong way. We'll do it different. We'll try that again. Larry says, Disney, we need to milk the cash cow. Yeah, absolutely. Do we have to? Toy Story 4. Yeah, Toy Story 4. See, the thing about Toy Story 4 is that that's another one of those ones where I'm like, I didn't need this in my life. Like, it was absolutely stunning to watch. Like, visually, I was very, very impressed. But, like, I didn't need it. I was like, I didn't need this. Like, it didn't do anything for me to, like, advance the story. Like, I'm like, Yeah. Yes. Ark says, kind of like B-movie. No, you watch your mouth. B-movie's a treasure. B-movie is a treasure. You watch your mouth.
Yeah, episode 5 of Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, interesting.
You mean Never mind. Just love the tribute to
He says that. Yeah.
Tom and Ray. Oh yeah, see, I said that and then I looked at the comment. Yes. You're a B-movie. I thought B-movie was great. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not like obsessed with it. I just thought it was a good movie. I liked B-movie. I remember I saw B-movie when it came out in the theaters. Wasn't that Jerry Seinfeld as the bee? Jerry Seinfeld as the bee. You better believe it. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, boy. We've reached that point. Alright, we got this.
What was your first car? Never.
A Honda Civic. 98.
You are young.
It was my my grandfather's. So it was my grandfather's car. He bought it brand new off the lot, 0 miles. And then like literally, I think the same year, if not the year after he bought it, he passed away. So he almost didn't drive it at all.
Oh.
And then he gave it to, or it was passed to my father, and my father had it for a little bit, but then that was only like another year or two, and then I started to drive, and so he gave me the Honda Civic, and then he bought a giant vehicle, some Ford Excursion, I think is what he bought.
That's
so
a
like,
giant vehicle.
yeah, I mean, Matt is like just a behemoth of a vehicle. So yeah, it was my grandfather's, and then my father's, and then mine. And I had that forever. I had that vehicle forever. I had 3 stereos stolen out of it over its lifetime.
Oh, jeez.
The vehicle itself was stolen and then returned. It was stolen when I moved here to Connecticut. It got stolen out of the apartment parking lot. That was kind of jarring.
That is very
And it was recovered a month later. It was recovered a month later, downtown Hartford, abandoned. But I got the window busted out of it. It was in like 2 wrecks. Like these are all like within the duration of me owning it.
Right.
And then we finally got a second vehicle. So I let my wife use it while I had a second car. Like it got a lot of life out of it. Like it was used. That was a used car. All right,
It sounds like it that
all this little
you
rust.
had it that long.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Hondas are good cars, so they.
Yep. Arctic says Mr. Hinkle single-handedly making that Civic theft statistic. Yeah, I mean that was. I remember when I reported the vehicle being stolen, and the cops came and they took the report, and we did all the whole thing, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Civics all the time." I'm like, well, I mean that doesn't help me, but like they were so incredibly nonchalant about all of it. They're like, "Oh, you know, Civics are the most stolen vehicle." I'm like, okay, well, I've literally had this vehicle, and I've lived in Texas, I've lived in Arizona, I've lived in Colorado, and it's never been stolen until I moved here to Connecticut. So I didn't expect to. I mean, obviously, I never expected to get it back, but I was kind of like, wow, I did get it back, and it wasn't like bad. Like it was a trash heap. Like it literally was filled to the brim with garbage and stuff, like, you know, fast food and just junk. Chip, like literally
That is weird.
chip bags and junk. Like it looked like they just people used it as like a joyride and like lent it to different people for as long as they could get the gas tank, you know, and then it was done.
Yeah, they didn't want to have to put gas in it.
I guess so. I mean, that's also kind of what they thought. And then of course I had to pay to get it. It was in an impound lot, and I had to pay to get it out. I'm like, whatever.
What? It was stolen.
I know. It's great. It's amazing.
You're the victim.
I'm a victim here. Yeah, it was like $100 to get it out. I was like, I'm sorry. I should have known better than to steal my own vehicle and leave it abandoned in downtown Hartford and have it towed. You're right. Towed at owner expense.
That is crazy.
All right, there's our mater. Now we need to color it. Larry says, my worst was a 81 Toyota Starlet. Fun in the snow, though. Does that mean it just like glides around like nothing? All right, mater is like this kind of rusty brown color, like this. Like this.
We need more suggestions, people.
Yes, we are always
I got
accepting.
a couple.
Always accepting, and we still have like an hour. Time flies when you're having fun.
Next would be one that's more realistic. So
Yeah, I like going back and forth. My buddy's over here. I'm live streaming. I love it when people are like, respond. I'm like, I am in the middle of a show.
oh, somebody to you?
Yeah. Hold on. Stand by.
Uh-oh.
It's all good. It's fine. Okay, let's do... Oh, I need to get my... There it is. My reference. We got some of this action, some of that, some of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and we put a little bit of that there, and we hit it with a little bit of this. I have a Bob Ross clip too that can play if people. It's.
I was gonna say.
I have a. It's a happy or we don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. That's the clip that plays. If anybody wants to use their exposure box, they don't have to, but that is a clip. Do some of that, some of this action. What if I sit by? Rooting for Joseph. Yeah, he said something. I know Joseph.
We don't make mistakes.
There it is.
We have happy accidents.
Thank you, Larry. Larry's swinging in. Always count on Larry. Oh yeah, the Mystery Machine. I've definitely drawn the Mystery Machine a few times, but I haven't done it like a really good job with it, I don't think. That's usually another surefire way to get me to draw something, or draw something again, I should say, if I don't feel like I did a really good job at it last time. I'm like, yeah, we can draw that again. All right, we need to get this like blue faded paint action going on back here. And then we've got like...
Yeah, he's not
a little
all
bit
rust, right?
It's got a little bit here, and then the door is a totally different color. The door is like this teal green kind of. That's actually kind of a little lighter than I wanted. We're not going back. We're staying where we're at. Wait, I heard my name. We're just talking about you. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. I thought it was so funny in Cars when the little like lightning bugs were like little tiny beetles. That was funny, I thought.
Yeah.
And when they were like flying and they would turn their blinker on to turn.
And the landscape being, I just loved the way the landscape was always car oriented.
Yeah. Did you ever see the weird spin-off Planes movie?
No, I remember kind of seeing it, but was it a movie or was it a TV show?
I don't know. I think it was a movie, but then part of me thinks that maybe it was a direct to DVD thing. But it happened. It occurred. It was like a spin-off, and I know that nobody from Pixar was involved with it. It was like a Disney team just kept it going, and it looked awful. I was like, it felt like it was people just the B or C or whatever team taking over and doing something.
Totally contrived.
It was a movie, says Bobo Laveau. Yes. The Bob Ross thing is special to me because you drew me my dead... That's right, I did. And you know what, Larry? That Patreon gift I drew for you, which was the fusion of Bob Ross and Deadpool and a Lego fig, is the only time Patreon itself commented on that post, saying that it was... They said, you know, they were like, oh, this is not something we knew that we needed in our lives, but we're thankful that you have created it or something. It's the only time that Patreon has ever like actually commented on... I tag them. I tag them all the time. If there's something Patreon related, I will always tag them. But they don't usually comment on or interact or engage with anything I do. So that was kind of fun.
That one
They like that one, I guess. That was the one. All right, there's our Mater. So there we go.
Mater looks great.
Mater. So yeah, now let's do another realistic vehicle. What do you think? I'll let you pick it. You pick the next one from whatever people have suggested.
Well, we've got the Bentley Continental Gt3, but it would be another green car. Herbie the Love Bug, which is kind of a real car and a cartoon car.
Yeah. What is this? I want to look at this thing that Joseph keeps suggesting because I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let me look.
Which one? The
Mitsuaka.
Yes, I put that.
Orochi Evangel. Is this a vehicle? Oh my goodness. You need to Google this. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Okay, let me.
Take a look at that.
Okay, there we go.
That's an experience.
Oh my!
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's about right. Oh, Kirby with the yeah, that's topical. That's topical. Ain't no one got time for that. Yeah, that's wild. That is super wild. I can't. That hurts my mind. That hurts my brain.
It does.
Oh my goodness.
That is incredible. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna politely.
That's like a bad flashback
I'm gonna politely
to
decline.
the 60s. Okay.
What's all right? What do you think? What should we do next?
Why don't you do Herbie?
Okay, we'll do that. That's fine.
You have to do. I mean, I think as any artist, you have to do a Volkswagen at some point,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got to be a real Beetle.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, we'll do. Let's see which angle. I guess I'll do it this angle because I've done. Yep, I need to do this one facing the left. See, that's back to my artistic decision of which thing has faced. How many things have faced one direction so far? All right,
point.
let's do. Let me try to kind of lay this out again. Kind of like that.
Don Knotts was not in Herbie and the Love Bug.
Please draw Don Knotts with him.
If that's what you mean, Larry.
Isn't Don? You know,
There is the cop car from. The Andy Williams show.
for me, Don Knotts is like, for some reason, I will always. I know he's got like a lot of very notable roles, but for me, he's like the Incredible Mr. Limpet. That's what he is. He's the fish man. I loved that movie when I was a kid.
Is that the guy that turns into a fish?
He turns into a fish, and then he stops like German submarines. It's like
There you go.
he's a
Okay.
cartoon fish, but it's like Don Knotts is the actor who plays him, and he's like this super timid, I mean that's like his character, that's his typecast, like this timid, awkward guy, and then he like turns into a cartoon fish, and he's like enlisted by the U.S. military to take out like German submarines. It's like amazing. Come on, doesn't get any better than that.
What?
And it has like this really sad moment because he falls in love with another cartoon fish, but he's already married. He was married when he was when he was a human. He was married. So then there's like this sad moment of like his human wife, like saying goodbye to him on like the pier, and his like fish cartoon wife or girlfriend is waiting in the ocean, like for him to say his good. It's like, it's great. I don't know. I loved that when I was a kid. I loved that movie. It's so ridiculous. The Incredible Mr. Limpet.
Yes. Okay. That.
Have you ever seen it?
Yes, I do remember that now. Yep.
Yeah, that's an easy one to forget. Because as ludicrous as it is kind of an easy one to forget about. It's like, oh, wait a minute. He was a cartoon fish. He was a cartoon fish. They have that very like somber moment when it opens, and it's like the movie opens by like these two older military personnel going into the classified records to look at their secret weapon. And it's like you watch the movie and you realize that they were the younger guys in the. It's just great. Everything about it is just amazing.
Oh, Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. Okay, I will take that. I was talking about the original movie.
Larry's like, I will not accept this. Remember when they redid this with Lindsay Lohan? Because it happened.
No.
It happened. I didn't watch it, but it definitely happened. It occurred. I think this headlight probably needs to be a little higher. That seems like a little better. My favorite movie when I was 6 was called Shark Boy and Lava. I remember that, Potato Boyo. I remember Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Wasn't there a few? Wasn't there like a trilogy? Or was that, or am I thinking of Spy Kids? Or wasn't it like they were in Spy Kids and then they got their own film? Something like that. Is he drawing the Kirby car? Is this the type of... This might be the car that Kirby eats. I don't remember if it was a beetle. Yeah, these are coming out okay. Like I said, I tend to get nervous because I don't consider myself an expert at non-character. And so I psych myself out a little bit, but then I think at the same time, because I'm nervous, I think about it a little more than I normally do, and so they come out looking okay.
Well, I think like any, I think artists, my mom was an artist.
Mm-hmm.
She never really called herself that, but that's what she did. And it was, kind of folk art, but also she did stuff for television back in the day. They'd have to do the artwork and then they would photograph it and video it.
Mm-hmm.
Then they could put it into the broadcast, that kind of stuff. And, but I just remember that she just never really felt comfortable at what she did, and yet she was great.
Oh, I had such a fun meeting a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to remember, and one of the guys was saying something like, "Oh, I'm not good at doing whatever," and I was like, "What are you talking about? You were great at doing that." But like his comment afterwards was amazing because he was like, "Well, what kind of artist would I be if I didn't think I was totally awful at doing everything that I'm good at doing?" I'm like, "That's true." I need to get the exact quote though. That's not what I'm paraphrasing, but it was like perfect. I was like, "Yeah, yep, that's true. That's fair." Like, what kind of artist would I be if I didn't think I was awful at all the things I'm actually good at? All right, we got to get our big 53 in here.
Yeah. I know. I've only really just accepted that I am now an artist. I guess my medium is Lego.
Yeah.
But
you use it as an art form.
The thing is, but I also know what I am good at. I'm good at space. I'm good at, micro and representing things. And, I follow and actually partake with people that do Technic or other things that I would love to be able to do, but I think it's funny that I know what I can do and I respect others that do the other,
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like,
yep.
And that's what I like about artists in general is maybe it's not something I quote unquote like or dislike, but I can respect all art.
Yep. I definitely understand what you're saying. For sure. Do this little...
I've been going down a rabbit hole on YouTube with scale modelers, which I did when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
Scale models
Yeah.
and modeling glue and all that stuff. And it's not like I want to do it again. I'm very happy with what I do now, but boy, the skill level that you can find is just over the top.
Yeah, yep. Larry wants to know if you have an Instagram, Scott.
Apparently I do.
That's a great answer.
but I don't know how to use it.
That's awesome.
It was set up for me by my good friend, the Brick Keeper, and I just have not used it. So I tend to be on Facebook and Etsy. So
there you go. I'm pretty confident Larry is also on the Book of Face. So there you go, Larry.
And I'm under Idea Brickworks, is I kind of like the Mr. HinkleDraws. So I'm kind of, or Scott B. Lego. I mean, those two.
Yep.
That's where people will find me. Yes, I was thinking about. They stopped making that. You have to go to a real hobby store now and to get the real hardcore toluene stuff. But yeah, I remember that I'd be in my room and I'd be building models and maybe I wasn't doing it intentional, but woohoo! It was.
Yeah. Oh, Larry's not as active on the Facebook. Oh well.
Testers, baby. Yep.
Scott has also it's been on a little bit of a break, but he's done a lot of YouTube live streaming as well.
Yep.
I was on one.
You were? That was a fun one.
I mean, that seems like it was a million years ago at this point, but I was there.
Facebook is toxic.
I mean, you're not.
I hear that, and but again, for what I use it for, and for the people that I am friends with, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's. I probably am exposed to more of the bad side in Twitter because you can't control some of the stuff.
Yeah,
that comes through.
I hear the same thing, and I don't like disbelieve people, but like so many people are like usually astonished with me because they're like, I post on social media every day,
Yep.
everywhere, Facebook, Twitter,
Yep.
Instagram,
Twitter. Yep, I see your stuff all the time.
and that's like part of trying to grow my artistic brand and beating algorithms, and you need to be consistent, you need to post every day, all these stupid things. But like people are like, I don't know how you can spend so much time there. It's so toxic. And it's like I don't disbelieve that comment, but like I don't see a lot of that stuff because I just don't dive into it. It's like I sit there and I check stuff and I look at stuff, I scroll around, and then I'm done. I'm out. And of course I look and see what my friends are doing, and I'll look and see what family's doing. But again, like it doesn't like bog me down because I don't dive into the. I feel like I don't dive into the really weird, toxic places.
Right, the bad stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't, and I know Twitter's got the dark side. I guess I've just gotten very, very good at blocking people that.
Yeah, that's another helpful thing is to use the tools to, get rid of that junk.
But I've actually formed some pretty good, Twitter friendships. I've formed some pretty good Patreon friendships.
Nice.
Where I visited some people that I'm Patreons for, and
yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. That's what I like to hear. We're almost done with this one. I just need to do like the stripes, and then we'll do our next one. What do I need to do here? Oh, I guess that's all. I'll just do the stripes now. All right, so we've got... There's like a chrome one that's in the middle down the hood. That's like here.
It's kind of that handle to open the hood. Yeah.
And then we've got the actual stuff, which is right here to the side. Got red. And then we've got white.
Do you remember Buddy Hackett in this, welding it together again?
I've never seen any of these. Of anything with Herbie, never.
No, you haven't seen
Not
that one?
even the updated, rebooted Lindsay Lohan version. None of it. I remember,
Oh,
I
it
have
was a
memories of
loaded
seeing the cover. I remember walking the halls of Blockbuster and seeing a lot of Herbie, like, cover art on, like, VHSs. I remember that, but, like, never seen it.
Yeah, but that must not have been the original, right? Yeah. Oh, it's it was an innocent time.
Yep. I find it funny when I think back of, like, as a kid, because I mean, there was many times where my parents we would go to Blockbuster and pick out something to watch, and we would just wander Blockbuster for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or whatever, and pick what we want, like me and my sister. And I always think back to what are like now, 20 years later, what are the things I remember seeing, you know? And like I have distinct, vivid memories of seeing a lot of Ernest, like Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Scared Stu. Like I remember seeing like memories of the cover of Ernest movies. I remember a couple horror movies that like I was like very disturbed by the image on the box, and so now it's just burned into my memory.
Yeah, even the covers.
It's like oh.
Yeah. Larry says you should watch the original with the family. I totally agree. I think again, it's a throwback, right? It's a very
It's a good time, right? It's a feel good film.
It is. It's a very
I'm gonna put these. I don't know if there's any significance, but I'll put the letters of the license plate. There we go. There we go. There it is.
You do that well. I bet you do the signatures online really well.
Where I have to sign my name?
Mine never look right. Yes.
Yeah. If I couldn't do that, I'd have to turn in my artist card. Be like,
Exactly.
no, you don't know how to sign your name? Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Stop. Deselect.
So from a cartoony, we have Mutt from Motor City, which I personally don't know, and then Mario Kart.
Oh, we should do a Mario Kart something. Thanks, Larry. Larry's going to head out. No problem. It's time for Friday Night Bricks. I understand. Nice cars. Scott, good
Nice to meet you, Larry. Maybe we can run into each other again.
Have we talked about Kevin Kinkley? We have not, Ray. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
I know.
What does that mean? Okay. Mario Kart. What do I want to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do Wario's Kart. Because Wario's my favorite character. And he's got like this purple... Yeah, this is the thing. It's like ridiculous. It's like a... how do I explain this? It's like got like a steel... like sharp, steely grill on the front, and it's like purple convertible. It's just ridiculous. That's what I'm gonna draw. That's what I'm gonna do.
Again, this is one of those video games, right?
Yes, this is a video game. So yeah, you have to know about Mario Kart at least.
I remember the first time you found out I had never played a video game.
It's,
you almost threw me off a stream.
I mean,
right.
I'm still kind of in shock, to be honest. But yeah, Mario Kart is definitely popular. But it's all right. It's a car. It's fine.
It is. Yeah. No, I'll give you that.
It is a car. We're gonna do this, and then it's got this big old, like, it's almost like a cow catcher on the front of this, and then he's a bad guy.
So funny thing is, I never played a video game, and I played video games back when you had to go to the arcade, and you had to put quarters in. So it was things like Galaga, and I was particularly good at the one where things were coming up at you. It was basically just geometric shapes. So yeah, no, that's. But the modern, like what my girls play or any of that, I've never played. So yes, I am old.
So the answer, yes, I am old.
Oh, just Amish. No, I'm not Amish. I got lots of things. I've been collecting things for a long time.
You would probably not be able to have the cars that you. It's like, oh, you gotta go.
No.
You gotta go horse and carriage.
Exactly.
Oh man. All right, so now let's start kind of detailing this a little bit here. So Ray, to put you on the spot, I know you have a job, I know you have a life, I know you have a family, I know you got a lot of things going on, all right? You don't need to explain this. But Matt Elder started streaming again. And that means the ball is now in your court to start streaming again. Just going to say that. That's all I'm going to say. And it wasn't a one-time thing. I saw that he's got the placeholder up for another week for this tomorrow. So it's not an isolated incident. Potato Boyo says, my video takes 2 hours to upload. I don't think that is normal. I mean, that's not like super outrageous if it's a gigantic file. I've had stuff take hours before.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh, Jesus! God! Oh, Mary, Mother of Jesus! Jesus of Nazareth!
It's a great one. I'm sorry you can't you can't hear it because that's a great clip. That's.
Have you seen the one where the security guard put eyes in the painting?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
Oh man, I can always count on Ray to use that video. That's one of my favorite video clips. When Mr. Bean shows his fix of Whistler's mother, and the guy just loses it. Oh, nice. Okay, they install my
Yes.
Fiber Monday. Sweet. Maybe next weekend. No pressure, Ray. Just all the pressure. Ray also for a pretty decent amount of time, actually, to give credit where it is due. Ray did an art stream also, and he did it for quite a while, and then all of a sudden one day, poof, it just stopped, and it was sad. And life happened, and I understand. Get these headlights.
Funny thing about life.
Yeah.
Keeps coming at you.
It really does. We had a pretty awesome thing going for a little while, though, because Matt, who's has not made an appearance yet today, he is on UK time, though, so I understand. We had a kind of a golden age for a little bit in the middle of like peak pandemic where I and Ray and Matt were all doing art streams like every week. So I would stream every Friday, Matt would stream every Saturday, and Ray would stream like every other Sunday. So you had like 3 days of art streaming, which was really cool. I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Well, I think it's also fun that you support other artists too. I mean, which is
Absolutely.
I think important.
Absolutely. You got to. You have to.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I really try to do with my Patreon money too, is I make sure that 10% of what I earn from people on Patreon I give to other artists on Patreon. So I go and find other artists that I like and I support them as well.
I'm still thinking about going on, but I also would want to be a little more to emulate you, and that's very tiring
It is.
to think about.
I mean, you're not the first person to literally tell me just watching everything you do exhausts me. I'm like, well, this is the only way to make it work.
You're a high bar. You set a high bar.
It's definitely not impossible, but yeah, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And don't get me wrong, I'm willing to put in the time to make it work, but I'm not by any means looking to do this forever, because it's also very tiring to me too. And so it's like, man, if I can just make it work, if I can get it to a point where I can coast for a little bit, you know? It's like getting everything set up so that, like, you know, stuff grows more organically without me having to put my pedal to the metal, as we would say on a car theme show.
Yes, there you go.
All right, we got, it's got like these little fins back here. It doesn't have a windshield because it's a cart. It's a go-kart. Kind of. We got our little mirrors. My daughter watched that clip and loved it. Now she says that all the time. That's awesome, Ray. My son says, he quotes Brian's clip, the bussin' respectfully. He says that all the time. And I'm like, what did you just say?
I learned a new British one.
Okay.
I've been following a stream, and the guy that's doing the work on the car keeps saying "Bloody Nora," like it's a surprise. So I'm trying to train myself to say "Bloody Nora" now. So
is that like I'm shocked? Like, what is the translation? Like, I'm surprised?
yeah. So like if you see something outrageous, oh, "Bloody Nora," or something goes wrong.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
So,
I have not heard that one before.
Exclamation of surprise.
Hey, speaking of exclamation, let me throw this again. Exclamation point book in the chat. Hey, I got another book on Kickstarter. Be awesome if you guys could support it. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. All right, we need to do. I can't just do this is like Rat Fink. I can't just have it without the character. The character has to be in the car. That's kind of the point.
No, you're right.
So let me draw Wario real quick.
Yeah, because Herbie is the character.
Yep.
Mater is the character.
Yep.
So.
Yep. He's this guy. He's such a Wario. Wario's my favorite. I've been a big Wario fan. So Wario, even if you've never played a video game, you know who Mario is. Everyone knows who Mario is.
Yeah.
Wario is Mario's childhood friend who turned into his arch rival because he was jealous at how much attention Mario got. So he is like a fatter, more grotesque version of Mario, but he's really greedy and he likes money. He's all about money, and he's had his own series of games that I really enjoyed. I don't know why, I just really liked him as a character, but he's also classic, hat, overalls, and everything, except it's yellow and not red, and he's fat.
Just big boned.
Yeah, he's really muscular though. Like he's fat, but he's like he's kind of ripped. Like that's his thing, is that he just charges into stuff and he can like mess people up because he is pretty strong. I guess I should put his hand on the steering wheel. I guess. Oh, thank you, Ray. I have a couple of counters: exclamation point hands, exclamation point horse, and exclamation point robots, I believe. And I have a counter, so it keeps track of how many times people say that. And so it'll be like, Ray just did exclamation point horse, so it's like, I hate drawing horses, so thank you. I've been asked 41 times to draw them. Usually that's Matt's entrance. When he comes into a stream, he makes sure he drops that. It's the first thing he does. All right, we need our ears. And big old grin.
Is that his nose?
That is his nose. He's got a giant
Oh
nose.
my. Okay.
He's got a schnoz. And it's like pink. Here's his smile, and he's got a signature mustache like Mario does, but his is all jagged. That's his thing. It's all jagged up.
No, I've probably seen this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, some of those, they've been around long enough and have made it into mainstream enough, that it's like you just know. Yeah, that's his nose. And then all we need now is his hat, and we'll be done. We color this one up and start the next one. We'll see how many more we can do in the next 25 minutes. And then it's done, and we're finished. Stream always goes by really fast.
It does.
It's amazing. So he's got this. W. Let's see what this looks like. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Do we need a horse-themed car? Please don't. Please don't do that to me. Please, I hate drawing horses.
No, we get a realistic.
I hate drawing horses so much. All right. Let's do purple.
No, stagecoaches are not cars.
It's so ridiculous because in this official rendition of this, both of his feet are up. Like this is one foot and this is the other foot. Like they're both up. I'm like, how are you driving? I mean, at least one foot has to be on a gas pedal. But like this is drawn from an official render of this car. It's like it just goes, I guess. It's just magic. And I'm Ark, I am super looking forward to doing some cool like collab stuff with you. Like I want you to know I'm 100% in. I'm just like waiting to get through all the stuff that's going on. But I am very much excited to do some cool stuff with you. Hopefully I don't miss the train. Hopefully I don't take so long that it's like, all right, guys, we've done enough collab stuff. I'm done. It's like, well, that's a shame. He's got a bunch of cool stuff that he's putting together, collabing with some other artists, and I was invited, and I'm very much interested in it. But he also did it right when all the Kickstarters were going. That's like, nope, can't do anything right now. I don't even know what day it is. Good. Okay, lots of stuff planned. That's what I like to hear. I don't want to miss out just because of circumstance. All right. Now we need some silver. Yeah, Larry asked me, actually during the horse stream, Larry had asked me to do the Ford like Mustang logo. And
Oh, I remember that because I saw.
oh
that.
yeah, you said you were there. Yeah, and the challenge was, can you make it look like chrome? And I thought I did pretty good. I did all right. I'm channeling that right now because this is like chromed up here. Some of this, a little bit of that. I'm excited to hear about your internet situation, Ray. I know all about having lame internet. Supposedly my internet's better right now. I don't know. I did pay for an upgrade because I finally cut TV. I was like, I don't know why I'm still paying for this. Please remove it.
Yeah.
And they tried desperately to get me to not do it, but I was like, no. I'm like, this is starting to look bad on your part. Like, please stop. But I was like, hey, look, it's not a complete loss. I'm not like abandoning service. I'm still here, and I still have internet from you, and I want to actually increase my internet and make it better. Like, I'm gonna pay more money, but I don't need all these other services that I'm not using. All right, orange. Oh, that's not orange. Orange. And a little bit of orange and some red down there. I got some ideas for them, although I'm continuing to work on ideas as well. Good. What I need to do is actually edit some of this stuff. That would help. That would help. All right, let's do this. And this. And now we can color Wario himself. He's got green shoes. Soles are like this brown color. And now we need some yellow. That's an ugly yellow. I don't like that. Let's try again. That's acceptable.
Marlo Bricks is back with audio.
Nice. Welcome back, Ken. Nice to see you.
I'm not sure I support the horsey horseless though.
Oh, goodness gracious, no. Horsey horseless as an important historical character. They just like to see me suffer sometimes. That's part of the streaming experience. Which I get it. I like to watch other streamers suffer too. Does not mean I enjoy the experience on this end, but I get it. We need yellow. I was thinking about doing an art-based game show stream. That's cool. What does it mean, though? What does it mean?
With other artists as participants?
I mean, there's lots of cool things you can do. So what does it mean?
Yeah. I've always, we think about artists get into a medium and then sometimes are forced out of that medium.
I know what that's
that
like.
Could be kind of a fun.
But yes, indeed. Whoa, too much. I like it when two artists draw the same prompt and they can't see what the other one's doing, but you, like an audience member, can see it.
Yeah,
and then it's
that'd
like
be...
the reveal at the very end, where it's like you both show each other. Like, that's fun. I like that. I also get a kick out of seeing other artists use the same reference that I use to draw something. I love it. I think that's great. Like I drew a Mortal Kombat piece, which is another video game, at a show I was at, and one of the characters, there was a very specific pose from the reference I was using, and then another artist I was following got a commission to do the same character and posted his work on Instagram. And I saw it and I'm like, We literally use the exact same reference image. And it's just funny. I mean, it's definitely different styles, and it doesn't look at all the same. But it's just funny because I like seeing when two different artists use the exact same reference. All right, that's enough. Well, let me just change the W because it shouldn't be black. It should be blue. This W on his hat. Like this.
Oh, he's thinking Jeopardy
We don't
route.
make mistakes.
Art
We have happy
adjacent
accidents.
topics.
That's right, Ken. We don't make mistakes. We do not make mistakes. We just have happy accidents. All right, Wario. I'm guessing this is probably... The next one is probably going to be the last one. I'm guessing.
Well, I'm going to suggest, if we don't have any other realistic, so I'm going to request my car.
Okay. What is it?
A Porsche 996 in red.
What was the numbers?
996.
996. Porsche 996. Look at this guy.
Coupe.
Fragile. All right. Ooh, I like this. This is a fun angle. I'm gonna try to do this angle. All right. Okay. What happened here? What was this? Oh, everything moved. You guys didn't tell me that happened. All right. Let's see. Yes, Herbie and Mater both made it in. Is your car the realistic horsey horseless? No, it is not.
Yes.
Yeah, these are looking. I like these. They're looking good. Some good cars. And yeah, you'll be able to. I mean, if you want, you can download any of these, Scott, and any other patron can. I post these up the same day, usually like an hour or two later. They go up on Patreon, so you can download the file and do whatever you want with it. So if you wanted to have stickers of your car, you could do it. You can make it happen.
No, I do like. No, you know I love your stuff. I love my Patreon gift, so I proudly have it up on my
Yep.
my wall.
Those are fun. I'm kind of bummed I haven't got to do one in a long time. Because I haven't I did gain a new patron very recently, Natalina, who was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here, so thank you very much. But aside from that, like I've gone like, oh my goodness, half a year without gaining any new patrons, which is kind of scary. And so I haven't had an opportunity to do some more of those. But some of those have been really fun to do. Those little like 4x6 illustrations. And I do have Natalina has one that I'm gonna do, so that'll be fun to do. But yeah, a little bummed. I'm like, where is everybody? What am I not doing right here? All right.
Yeah, that it does seem.
It's been a little bit. It has been a little bit. All right. Right here. Yep, something like that. This is like kind of like a 3/4 angle, but also like looking up from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
If it was not super apparent. All right, let's put that there.
It is. Can't wait till you get to the headlights. Are very distinct.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I was
It's
actually
the most
just looking at those.
controversial part of the car.
So we got this. Yeah, I might need to stretch this a little bit over here. It was like that all along. All right. I was having to use all my tricks on Wednesday with those when it was like, all right, you have exactly 2 minutes to draw. It's like, oh goodness. So I was doing all kinds of tricks to make it work. Like one of my favorite things to do is if it's symmetrical enough of a thing, I'll just draw half of it and then copy, paste, and mirror. Because I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I can get away with this. It doesn't work often, but if it's symmetrical enough, like if it's a face. So it's like, draw this face. It's like, okay, I'm going to draw the face, but I'm going to draw half the face. And then I'm going to mirror it at the last second. And sometimes that can be dangerous because...
Although if you do that with a real face, have you seen that? If you do that with a real face,
oh yeah,
it doesn't look right.
No, not at all. Not at all. Hey, Jay Freak is here. What's up? Another shout out, another fellow Twitch artist. Appreciate you being here. Shout out. Boom. If you want to see some more Twitch art goodness. Appreciate you being here. Yes, we're doing cars today. And I've got Scott Bowman is here with me in the studio, as it were. And he is the awesome patron who suggested...
Virtual studio.
The virtual studio suggested we do cars. And it's the first time I've been able to successfully connect my... not that it's terribly difficult, I just hadn't done it, but connect my Discord to Streamlabs. So this means I should have more people on with me in the future. And it's always nice to see other Twitch artists popping in here. Appreciate all the support. Haven't streamed in a while. Yeah, I noticed it's been a little bit. It's been a little spell. That's okay. We've been talking a lot about life today.
And it happens.
And it happens. It definitely happens. But yeah, I don't really consider myself super good at drawing a vehicle. Well, so I'm like, my comfort zone is character design and character art. So that's why I tend to do a lot more and a lot quicker and a lot more confidently when I'm drawing like cartoons and stuff like that. And so vehicles, still life stuff, environments, food, those things are definitely interesting for me because it's something I need to do to get your hands. Oh, goodness gracious. It's fun because I definitely could use the practice. But I always kind of get a little psyched out, like, oh no, it's going to be terrible. Scott's going to hate me. It's going to be awful. All right, I did your theme. Here they go, and they're all terrible. Okay, we got this here, and then this here. Oh, this is like the reference I'm looking at is definitely some European car. Their weird long license plate.
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean, perfectly normal for where they are. All right, and so
Exactly.
this, we do this, and then so right here we got, here's our thing here. We got like this kind of action going on here. That. Arctic Art is back. Yes, life definitely has its twists and turns. That's our theme for today. Got a little logo there.
The badge, the shield.
Oh yeah. And we got this.
Stuttgart.
You said yours is red?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. My car's red. Okay, I feel like this should stick out a little bit more, like that a little bit. And this. I could probably, let's see. Do I dare? Maybe not. I'm not gonna dare. I won't even say it because you won't even notice if I didn't say anything. All right, so do this. That's something I try to remember. Is like there's stuff I see that people don't necessarily see, and if I don't mention it, no one will ever see it. So it's like I'm not gonna say. Anything.
Yes.
I'm just not gonna say anything.
Oh, I know that.
It's all fine. Everything's fine here. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah. No.
Start coloring that.
Yeah.
Try to lower it a little bit there. Okay. Color.
I'm about to put a lift in my garage so I can start working on my beast.
Is it just like maintenance and stuff, or does it need some repairs or something?
Oh, it has a known problem with the IMS bearing, the intermediate shaft, and when I raced for 13 years,
Yeah.
and I loved having the challenge of mechanical things, and I have not done that for years now, and I'm kind of looking forward to just goofing around, so I may do stuff that I don't really need to,
Just cause.
just to do it,
One of my favorite moments with going in line with what we're talking about is me being in school in art college, right? I went to art college with the artists. And my buddy was giving me a ride.
In Colorado, too, right?
In Colorado, yep. My buddy was giving me a ride home one day, and there was something wrong with his car. It wouldn't start. And so he got out and went out in the front and opened up the hood and kind of put his hands on his hip and looked intently. And then I got out of the car and I went over there and I looked down at it as well, and we're both staring at the inside of inside the hood and not really saying anything. And and I was like, do you know what's wrong with it? And he's like, I was really hoping you would. And I was like, no, buddy, no. I was like, I don't know anything about it. He's like, neither do I. I was like, why did you come out here and open the hood up? He's like, I was really hoping you...
Because that's what you do.
That's what you do. He's like, I was really hoping you were going to say what's wrong with it. It's like, I don't know, man. I have no idea. That scene of us just both standing there, these art students, looking in this hood of this car in the parking lot, not saying anything, both of us, and it's just like, well, what's wrong with it? I don't know. I thought you were going to know what was wrong with it. Pretty good. Let's see here. Get this.
Although anymore, it's hard to... There is nothing you can do with modern cars. They either work or they don't.
That seems to be what I feel. Are the rims silver?
Yes.
Okay.
My rims are silver.
I'm trying to think of what are some other personal touches I can do here. What color's the license plates in Idaho? I guess I could look.
Kind of white with I don't have one of the potato ones, but that would be kind of funny.
A potato. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw a potato on it.
Right. Yeah, that's...
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I want to do this. Let's see if I can. Potato. With an 8. Can I draw? No, it's gonna. People are like, did you draw a turd? No, that's a potato. All right.
Did you draw a turd?
I mean, that's what I would think. If I was looking, I'm like, what is that? I was like, even starting to think about it. I'm like, wait a minute, this looks dumb. Okay, we need to have some little bit of silver bits for the eyes, or for the eyes, for the headlights.
Yeah.
The eyes have it.
The eyes have it. Yeah, I mean, most of the inside of that is reflective. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all this shiny little bits, and you got the little, like, you know, the little orange peeking in there, and what else we got? There's like a slightly darker crevice. Oops, messed it up. I hate that. I hate when I do that. Like over here, a little bit darker. Oh, there's a little bit. Well, not that color. Let's use the gray. Like a little bit of this, and what else can I do here? We can do this little shield. What we got? I'm trying to see it. It's not really super visible in this reference.
Yeah.
What's the interior? Is it gray?
Mine, yeah, it's black actually. So
Gray it is. Black's like hard. It's a hard color when you're coloring stuff because it's like if your line art is black and then the thing that you're coloring is black, it's just gone.
yeah,
So it's like
Yeah.
Okay, then
Yeah.
it's gray. Otherwise, you go the exact opposite where you're filling it all in with black and then removing highlights and stuff.
yeah,
It's like the two extremes.
I love it.
Look at that. That's cool. That's good. I'm glad you like it.
Beautiful.
Nice. Oh yeah, and we don't have enough time to start another one. I'm not that good, folks. Unless somebody wanted to throw
30
me
seconds. Yeah.
Unless someone wants to throw me a 60-second challenge and spend 8,000 or whatever channel points, then we're probably done for today. Let me just rescale here a little bit and move some things around, and we'll do a little tour. We'll take a little tour of what we have drawn together today, and then we will wrap for another week. All right, you come here. What we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's not bad. I think these are kind of these are detailed. Some detail stuff here.
Yeah, they are. They're
This thing is still the weirdest. This weird Ferrari is the weirdest thing.
It is.
That's okay. You gotta have some weird in there. I'll finesse it a little bit later. The eyes, yes.
I know.
All right.
What to put where, right?
Exactly. So let's walk through all this. So we started over here. This is where we started today, and this is what Scott had suggested. Remind me what this is. It's a car.
1965 FIA Shelby Cobra.
See, I knew that. I just want to make sure
289.
you did. All right, so
You
that's
knew it.
that's that one. We started with that. That was the warm up. Then we did the Homomobile. Here's the Homomobile in its glory
With the kid bubble.
with the kid bubble. Oh wait, you know what I think? I'm trying to remember that episode. I think that's like the in-law bubble. Like I kind of want to say that was like for the, because maybe I'm wrong. I kind of want to say like, oh, that's the, like they made the joke like that's for the in-laws or something. I don't remember. We've got a Ferrari up here, a really weird looking one.
Very weird Ferrari. Yeah.
And that is the tire. That's the top of the tire sticking out through the body of the car. We've got Mater. Look at that Mater. Looks like it was straight over from Pixar. We got Ratfink. Thanks, Ray. Ray's throwing bits at me. He's literally picking up pennies and throwing them at me. I appreciate it. We've got Ratfink blazing away. We did this one. This is another vehicle that I certainly know what it is. It's a
Corvette.
It's a Corvette, of course. Of course. Thank you. Bobo Laveau picked up
1969 Corvette Stingray.
There it is. Bobo Laveau picked up Ray's penny and threw it at me as well. Appreciate that. Thanks for the bits. This is actually Scott's car, which is the Porsche something.
996. Yep.
996. I'm terrible at this. Here's Wario in his cart. I know Wario, my boy Wario. And here is Herbie, the love bug. Look at that. That's a nice little, we got a nice little assortment here.
Did. No, it's great.
Nice little assortment.
That really is very well done, Herbie. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, and as I said a couple times now, and also I'll throw it here in the chat, exclamation point Patreon. I do have a Patreon. It is very important to me. It helps sustain me. So if you like seeing stuff like this, I do, let's be honest, I post a lot of free artwork on the internet.
I do.
I post a lot of free artwork. So if you feel like, I like Kevin's artwork, I want him to keep making artwork, it'd be really cool if you hopped over there and checked it out. You can join for as little as $1 a month, just $1, and it makes a difference. But also at the $5 tier, I send you a sticker in the mail every month, which is cool. And all my patrons get access to these drawings during this show. I save them out highest resolution possible. Each one of them is saved separately, so you can do whatever you want with it. You can use it for personal or commercial use. It's all good with me. You don't have to ask my permission. As long as you're a patron, you have access to it. And yes, thank you, Bobo Laveau. Please check out my current book over on Kickstarter, Grasslands. This is a fantasy novel with over 200 illustrations. It's been 7 months worth of very intense work, and I'm really excited for people to see it and check it out. So yes, if you haven't already, it's a great way to support me and what I'm doing. Yes, Kickstarter. There's your link for it. There is also still 8 days left if you haven't got a chance to look at the previous Kickstarter project, which was the Pro Gamer's Guide to Healthy Habits with Brian. That is still live for like less than a week, or right at a week. So if you've been waiting on that one, don't wait anymore. We're here at the end. So that would also be super awesome. To the other book command, yeah! Exclamation point! The other book, too old to have a command. It's too old. I mean, in internet time, that was like 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago when that happened. So yes, and exclamation point socials. I'm on all the socials, folks. You can find me anywhere and everywhere. And thanks for being here, Scott. I appreciate that. I appreciate your help today.
It was great fun.
So what I'm going to do now, you can tell the lovely people watching if there's anything you would like to share, if you want them to follow your work or find your work or anything. This is your time, and I'm going to find another Twitch channel so that we're going to raid them when you're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, you can find my stuff on Etsy or Facebook, primarily at Idea Brickworks and or under Scott B Lego. So yes, I do Lego kits is what I do, and big Lego stuff.
Oh, you know what? So Brian is I like to raid other artists. However, thanks for watching. Huge shout out to all the amazing folks who support my work over on Patreon. Patrons have access to a ton of exclusive content, such as high-resolution files of all the artwork I drew during this episode. They even have opportunities to directly impact projects I'm working on with their input and get real gifts in the mail every single month. Check out patreon.com/MrHinkleDraws to join me along my art journey. Be well, and I'll catch you next time.